Опять пацанов посчитать потери. Суммы нули погибать на сцене. Снова один прогуляюсь без тени. Заливали поцелуй на шею. Камни дома, правда назад, черный каскад. Вижу твой взгляд, стоит на горе. Мог тебя взять, но ты не моя. Опять пацанов посчитать потери. Суммы нули погибать на сцене. Снова один прогуляюсь без тени. Заливали поцелуй на шею. Камни дома, правда назад, черный каскад. Вижу твой взгляд, стоит на горе. Мог тебя взять, но ты не моя. Эти банды покупали спорту, твои мозги затупили в кутру. Когда эти пацаны посчитали потери, суммы нули погибать на сцене. Снова один прогуляюсь без тени, заливали поцелуй на шею. Дома, правда назад, черный каскад. Вижу твой взгляд, стоит на горе. Мог тебя взять, но ты не моя. Когда эти пацаны посчитали потери, суммы нули погибать на сцене. Снова один прогуляюсь без тени. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, bro. I'm now in full realization. We were always the minority. And I gotta be frank. I don't see what's the point of these discussions anymore. There's no. I don't see the point in these discussions anymore like that now. All these spaces are anti-family. Proven that. I've listened to the talking points. I've listened to I want to show y'all some of the comments I got from the last show I did. And I reread the comment over and over. I want to show y'all. And I like to read comments. Sometimes I hide them because sometimes they just throw me off. But I want to show y'all something just stuck with me. So there's one comment right here. It said this. And these comments are very interesting. These are comments that when I look at them and I read them out, sometimes I feel like I give them power, but then again, I just know this is just what people actually think. And so, you got to understand this is what the people want. One comment says this: society has killed the incentive of family. Family is now oppressive. Marriage is enslavement. Another one. Here's the question. He's not asking. Where's the man that knocked her up? Why didn't he or she stay and take care of his or her responsibilities? If they were poor, why have sex? Okay. This is very interesting. This is another one. Let me make sure I go on. Don't mind me. I was just watching anime. Let me see, can I get it? They don't want to show it. I don't want this person to feel like I'm hiding their comment. I don't want this person to feel like I'm hiding their comment. Okay? I'm not. I'm not going to hide your comment. I want to read that of what you feel. Because I don't really see a purpose in these conversations anymore. I really don't. I think black people are far removed from understanding what family is. I think they're just black Americans in a whole. Something about hypersexual sexual gratification, validation. Now I know y'all say, well, other groups are like that too, but I'm going off of what I see from here in this space. Let me read that of what somebody has to say. I like reading your comments. Sin was telling the truth. This is from Gabrielle Hanks 3 hours ago. Sin was telling the truth. Most black men don't get married. Only about 32% of black men get married. Okay. So are black people innately, are they unable to comprehend family? Let me set this up. But I want to read this. I want to dissect this. I do. I'm going to go off of that of the guess again. But I hear a lot of women say, oh, somebody proposed to me. Then why didn't you get married? I hear a lot of men say, I could have got a woman if I wanted to, but where's your family? I keep hearing, I coulda, but they didn't. But they still come around here complaining. Let me keep on reading. This I believe black Americans are done. Black culture will probably I hate thinking that, but I think it's just gonna dissolve into other multifacets of culture. I'm done trying to run this fucking banter in these spaces about black excellence. Y'all killing me with this shit. It's the same on the men and the women's side. The black men are this, the black men do this. Then you go to the men's side, the black men do this, they beat us, they choke us, they impregnate us, they don't defend us. You go to the black men's side, the women, all they do is lie, they're whorish, they sleep around, X, Y, and Z. But I'm like, but this is what y'all wanted. Y'all talk about ratings of nines and tens and doggone, parental households of removing certain types of amendments of rights, and y'all don't understand that. Y'all talk about how y'all are so educated, but no offense, but a lot of y'all kids are fucking stupid. We can look this up. Black children are sorely lacking. But y'all are so highly educated. Y'all are high value, as you would say. Y'all are the elite of the elite. Y'all are the most educated women. Y'all got the most high value, high earning men in sports electrifying history. But your kids ain't worth a fuck to read a goddamn Dr. Seuss book. Y'all talk about how y'all can fuck all the bitches, all the hoes, how y'all women are bad, and y'all can get any man you want. Let me read this shit. This shit, I like reading some digestible material. Sin was telling the truth. Most black men don't get married. Only 32% of black men get married. Now, let's take 100 from 32. Okay, let's do that math. Okay, I want to make sure because we want to do the math. Okay, so 100 from 32. I'm going to help y'all out with that. I want y'all to think I'm skewing numbers. So, what is the other 75% of the black American population doing? What is the other 75% of the black men doing? Because see, understand this, like we're in a first world American country, ladies and gentlemen. That means y'all have choice. You have a choice. You can choose whatever you want, white, black, pink. Well, if I get with a non-black person, I'm gonna get shamed by a black person. Then why do you give a fuck what the black person think if you already say black society is so volatile and dangerous? Why would you care? Why would you care? I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be honest. I don't give a fuck if a nigga down the street in a goddamn dredged fucking neighborhood would have blow his own fucking brains out. That would not bother me because that has zero sense to do with my atmosphere. Well, BMT, you as a black man, you should be empathetic and you should think about that. No, I'm not. I don't. He wasn't thinking about me. I wasn't thinking about him. I always hear this Kambawa nigga fucking power shit so much in these goddamn y'all. These spaces are confusing with schizophrenic, narcissistic people that like smelling their own dookie. Let me go back to reading. 80% of them marry black women, and some of those women aren't even black, they're mixed. Now, this is very interesting. I think There's how much mixed people are there in the black society? Huh? How many of y'all in the chat are mixed? How many people are mixed? Hmm. I don't like I said, these conversations. Well, I know, yeah, okay. Thank you, V Dub. So you're mixed. Thank you. How many black people are actually like putting down other? Faith is mixed. V Dub is mixed. Who else is mixed? Anybody else mixed? Okay, so your moniker, Cynthia G, says that black men marry, do not marry. Oh, Doug is also mixed. Wow, that is very interesting. So all black people, you are all fucking mixed with something. Okay, so and some of those women aren't even black; they're mixed. So mixed people are not considered black. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay. So mixed considered black. Fair enough. If you want to throw that out there, that would mean y'all was. I'm trying to figure out what's the contingency of these talking points. This space praises philia worshipers. These spaces talk with dredging of sex workers. This space hangs out and works alongside with that of people of the other dredging society. And I say dredging, that means they will talk about that of society needs to be better, but they themselves have broken that of the rules. Do as I say, not as I do. You'll say, hey, who are you to judge me? I've had people say, BMT, listen, the way you look, the way you talk, you not even black. Fair enough. It's funny, but I have way more cultural connection than majority of people in this space. I got way more. I don't know. I don't. I honestly, I can't understand the motherfucking nigger Olympics anymore. I can't understand it. And I said it just what I said. I used the R for on purpose. I don't understand it. I don't. I'm trying to understand that society. Let me show a video of some shit. I'm gonna show y'all some stuff. I'm gonna show y'all some stuff. I'm gonna show y'all something that happened last week. Let me see. Let me grab a video of something that happened last week. Last week. So last week, I watched. I watched. See, unlike YouTube, I actually am out there in black society. I like to observe black society at its best. Please, no ad hominems in the video that I'm going to show. Okay, do me that favor there. Just don't do no ad hominems. No ad hominems. Okay, just hear me out. Now, I want to show y'all. I want y'all to see something. I want y'all to watch. So right here, see, I get to observe
I get to observe black society very well. See, I don't need no fucking YouTube. I don't need TikTok. I don't need Instagram. I don't need no fucking black content creator to tell me how black society carries on. Well-to-do black folks. They got the gays out there. They got the weed fighting. They got the light skins fighting. They got the tattoos fighting. They got the pookies fighting. They got the educated lames out there fighting. See, I get to watch you all be how you truly want to be in need. See, I get to watch that shit. Look at them pulling weaves off, throwing it at each other. Hell, just yesterday, some another bitch. I don't know why I'm bargaining. Fuck it. I don't even care for this shit. So the whole time I got to watch, I watched this one girl take a razor. I watched this one girl take a razor. Right on another girl fucking mouth. You touch my man. So I cut the bitch. I said, you cut the girl on her face because she touched your man. She said, I said, why didn't you go after the man? She said, I'm gonna get him. She said, I'm putting him back on child support. I said, how many kids do you have of his? She said, I got 2 of his kids. I was asking this stuff. I already had her handcuffed. She was covered in blood, half naked, just sitting on the pavement, smiling. She was happy what she did. She was happy how she sliced up that girl. This was a 33-year-old. So she knew what the fuck she was doing. I said, so you cut up another woman for a man that literally y'all were not in a relationship with. I would want to know. I would like to know what is it that y'all want out of this space? Since I am of the minority, because I'm gonna tell you right now, in this space, you can't check nobody. You can't check nobody. You don't have authority. You can't shame. If y'all can't shame somebody who sexually assaulted a child, you can't shame not a motherfucking. There is nothing you can shame in this space. This space is the bottom of society. I get that now. I understand that why Cynthia G says what she said. I understand what David Carroll says what he says. Those are avatars of this space. The Tommy Sotomayors, the Cynthia G's, the David Carrolls. I put them up there in the highest regard of respect. Because what they say about black society is true. But y'all would say, be loyal, that, well, Kevin Samuels was the best of y'all. Kevin Samuels did not like y'all. Do y'all know what Kevin Samuels said about this space? Have you ever heard what he said about incels? Have you ever heard what he said about this space truly? You should go listen to his recordings. Yeah, no, you're right about that. I would say the women are definitely delusional in this space, and the men are delusional also. Make sure you say both men and women of this space are delusional. The men are not tapped into reality. The women are not wrapped tight. I will say that. This is a very hypersexual fucking marketplace. Motherfuckers will suck and fuck and get fucked, and they want to doggone have unaccountable excuses. This is the space. If I can't fuck you and get to nutting you and get away with it so much as I please, and it doesn't matter. I hope y'all don't say that the men here are accountable. They're not. There are more baby daddies in this fucking space than ever. There are more dudes in this space. There are guys who hang out with dudes who are sex offenders. Come on now. Motherfuckers are cool. It's simple to pee. It's mostly women. Whatever y'all want to tell yourself. Dudes will sleep and fuck a single mother in a heartbeat. No, I agree with that, Faith. The women are actively seeking attention from the men in the space that they claim to dislike. That is so true. Hell, it's even worse. They frolic together. They hang together. They meet up together and they fuck. Again, this is not a family orientation. I'm never going to shame a man or a woman for getting or starting a family. This space will do that. I've seen men talk trash about other men because they started a blended family. Was that not a panel where men were talking about another man because he was a stepfather to another family? But y'all talk about where the family's at. See, only in Nigatube, that's a thing. You're either overly emotional or overly erratic. I've seen women bash on other women about, hey, I probably want a functional relationship. Well, if you get in a relationship with a man, you're probably going to be beat, abused, traumatized. And I'm like, hold up, why are you talking to this vitriol bitch? Well, BMT, who are you? You shit. You ain't nobody, nigga. You don't even look cute, nigga. Bitch, I know one thing. You will die alone. I don't give a fuck. You could take 1 billion dicks in your fat ass pussy. At the end of the day, ain't not one of them niggas that were fucking you going to be at your funeral. Let that sit in the back of your mind, bitch, that wants to watch from the clouds. You know who you are. You can suck and fuck and ride every goddamn dick in your ass. Ain't none of them niggas that fucked you, that busted on you, that bought you Plan Bs and shit. Ain't none of them gonna ever come to your funeral and ever watch you go in the grave. Take that shit with you to the grave. You got 2 kids, and god damn it, you don't even know who the father to 2 of your children are. You guessing, you guesstimating. Just like some of these dudes that talk all this shit about women, but the same women that they talk about, the same women that they fuck. These niggas don't got it like that. These men don't got it like that. These niggas, a lot of these men in these spaces are broke. A lot of these dudes. This is why these people are so anti like logic. I understand. Listen, man, I'm functional. I used to try to think, what is it about me that I'm doing wrong? Why is it every conversation that I have in these spaces, these motherfuckers always talking about pussy or goddamn dick? And I'm like, listen, man, I don't know what you got going on. You might have some type of illogical symptom going on, but everything ain't about a fucking single mother or a fucking ain't shit motherfucker. Like, whoever that person is, just call them on the phone and say, nigga, I forgive you. Thou art loose. Because whatever shit y'all got going on, it ain't helping y'all motherfuckers, man. Some of y'all have whole families and y'all still ain't shit. Y'all still like that fuck shit. Like, y'all niggas watch YouTube rather than just go buy cable. And y'all watch shitty ass YouTube content. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm being too gonna tell you for real. When I'm not doing my show, I don't really watch anybody else's content. I really don't. There's very few, probably like a sprinkle, like a little sprinkle of shit I watch. But I really don't watch nobody's shit. I don't go to nobody's. I don't really watch nobody's shit. I don't. And I can tell you what, I'll go through. Hey, what's up? Just passing through, giving you the like. Might share your shit. But I holistically don't watch nigga shit anymore. I don't. If I want to do that, I'm gonna go watch TV. There's a lot better shit on TV nowadays. I'm not watching goddamn black people. Oh my god! So hey guys, what y'all want to talk about? Let's talk about that goddamn woman again. Let's talk about that woman. Come on, let's talk about that woman. Let's shit. You know what? Let me tell you about. God damn it, fucking Sierra and Russell Wilson. Like them motherfuckers ain't thinking about you. You niggas don't even have a debit card, and y'all motherfuckers talking about Sierra. Lori Harvey, nigga, y'all can't afford the chains that she wears. Well, I work in IT. Nobody gives a fuck you work in IT, bitches. I have a degree. Congratulations, motherfucker. This is why I said when I literally joined the autistic spectrum of YouTube. No wonder why that dumb bitch, what's that? Fucking big boo broad. No wonder why she felt at home. Listen, all the weirdo fucking psychologically broken people are coming here. This is why I have to drink, man. This is why I have to drink. This is why I wanted to talk about other shit. You start talking about like somehow we can talk about politics. All of a sudden, politics go to goddamn black man, black woman, reparations, and I'll be like, oh, holy fuck. How we're talking about prices. What does that have to do with gender? We're talking about education. What does that have to do with gender? It has everything to do with gender. No, it has no. Stop. Yes. That crazy bitch Uppity Unicorn. Uppity Unicorn, if you're watching me, go fuck yourself. I'm glad your sugar daddy is dead. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Your sugar. That's the thing about it. Like, listen, I'm gonna be honest. Some of these women are looking for a dick train to ride on to hopefully get them through whatever meltdown of fuck shit that they done chaotically talk. Like, honestly, listen. This submission talk shit, logical people don't go around talking submission. In logical society, you will get your ass whooped running this submission goofy shit. This is how you know these niggas from Niggalon, from some goddamn time space. Like, I get it. You know, when people jump on, they can say all kind of goofy shit. But nobody in logic. This is why I said I know I'm a minority, bro. This is why y'all be wondering. If y'all wonder, this is why I've been drinking lately. Because I have to stomach how much negativity I can't. Like, I can't, like, I used to like going on panels and talking with people. You got old bitches that talk about sucking dick and dildos and hanging out with pedophiles and shit. Like, this is some backwards Twilight Zone. You can't make this shit up. And you know the thing about it, ain't nothing y'all niggas can say to me can ever put me on a fucking cross. At the end of the day, I checkmate, I won. I'm out. Like, y'all don't have this space has no power. All motherfuckers, all the old dudes that were talking shit about black women going to starve are the same niggas that have the same spectrum of women that they were talking about. They're fucking them. Niggas talking about black women ain't shit, but they staying with single mothers and they goddamn raising their kids. How, nigga? How? So you're leading sons to failure. Well, I'm not gonna say leading to failure, but you don't actually believe in what you're saying. Dudes talk about being pro-black, but your ass is talking about tricking. That's on you. The same dude talking about black women, apes, and gorillas. My nigga, look at your woman. I'm just saying. Not throwing shade, but you're a woman. You keep saying apes. You call them black people apes. Your woman is, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just being honest. Y'all want to shoot your owls at BMT? Believe me, I'm built for the shit. I literally do this shit in the cafeterias. I don't know about y'all. I wasn't hiding. I was fighting the bullies. What's up, Faith? How you doing? I'm just letting you know. I don't want you to
Hey, you rock on, brother. That's all I came up here to say. I'm here in solidarity with your rant. Okay, I'm here to just be the bodyguard. Anybody that come up here trying to, swoop or deflect away from what you're saying, I'm just here to knock them out so you can keep on, brother. Because I'm here with you in solidarity. I'm with you.
No, it's all, like I said, man. There's been a lot of hypocrisy. I find it interesting the people that say women, y'all can come talk, it's a safe space, are the same people that are condoning sexualized abuse, trauma. They're pushing victim narratives where they shame the victims. They also talk about sexualization. See, this is another thing, and I need to be very mindful. Watch out for these women that are condoning the hypersexual behavior, but then say, hey, you can go out there, but they don't tell you that are the consequences of the risk that you take. The risk that you take when you go out there. Like, listen.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I was called an uppity ass bitch when I tried to tell people that there is a other side to this whole sugar baby, sugar daddy stuff. Okay. I was told that I need to be quiet because one of these days I might need to use my vagina to feed my children, even though my children are grown.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Okay. They tried to get me to condone prostitution. This is the space that we in. So I don't know, BMT. I don't know. It's like good is evil and evil is good in this motherfucker. I'm in the twilight zone right here with you.
So I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Because as much as these people talk about this whoredom culture, they're the same ones paying for the whoredom. They're the same ones paying, and they're ones that are trying to push the narrative. Listen, Cynthia G exists because that of the manosphere exists. Y'all endorsed her. To be fair, you did endorse her. Same people that come over to the men's side go to the female side. Y'all don't want to get rid of whore and slut and thought culture. You don't. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna hang on. Let me show you now. Like, it's so realistic. Men are paying. Men are easily paying. They talk about we want the women to clean up, but y'all, there are a lot of men paying for sexualization. Like, y'all can say the family model is broken, but it takes two. Like, you want access to sex. And that's the thing about it. And I got to be honest with a lot of the dudes. You're talking about that y'all want cooperation. But how many of y'all are actually trying to make families? Like, actually trying to make, like, and I got to be real with y'all. Because the talks out here, y'all do a lot of bashing on the families. And y'all do a lot. I watch y'all talk shit about George Macon. I watch y'all talk shit about a lot of the brothers who actually are actually like family men. I heard y'all talk shit about.
Well, they talk shit about men who are proud stepfathers. Like, you cannot be a proud stepfather.
Oh no. See, that's the thing. Being a proud stepfather, respect to you, Master Viper. I heard them bash you on Red's back. Listen, I don't know why any family man will go to Red's the bad guy. No offense, Red, but you got a lot of incel, deviant weirdos in your chat. And the bitches that hang in your chat, them motherfuckers are goddamn the pick-me's of fuckery. They condone that type of shit. And yes, if y'all want to, y'all can run that. I don't give a fuck to go over there that no more. Because honestly, that shit is a goddamn chicken circus. Like, y'all just allow anybody to talk shit so willfully to anybody. Like, I wouldn't do. I don't tolerate. I know Faith don't tolerate it. The views ain't worth the motherfucking shit.
That's not what I came on YouTube for. No. You know, initially when I came on YouTube, I wasn't getting monetary, gain from it. Somebody told me to make an Access account. So I did, a few of my videos went viral, and then that's how I ended up with monetization. But that's not what I came here for. I came here to get a message out to the women, to kind of commune with the women about being better for ourselves. But anytime you're a woman and you talk to other women about improvement, if it's not going along with the same old of, oh yeah, fuck these niggas, let's nigga bang all day. If it's not with that, they don't want to hear that shit. You got to be a black male banger in order for your message to resonate with other black women in the space. And it's like Doug says, there's a lot of content creators out here that doing a lot of double talk, a lot of people in these chat rooms doing a lot of double talk. Because he used a great example. Like, a lot of these guys sitting up here, well, I'm not interested in single mothers.
But they fucking
that single mother better not have all these babies, but at the same time, she better not get an abortion.
But they fucking
double talk.
That double talk. Like, y'all can't say I'm glad that black women can't get abortion, but then again, now y'all complaining about the single mother shit. Like, y'all got to make up your mind, man. Like, are y'all making, like, if you're making the family argument, you got to pick a side. Like, and this is the thing. Like, I hear a lot of people want to be in the middle. And this is the shit that's killing me. It's causing me a goddamn hysterectomy right now for me. Like, it's just like some of the women, well, you can't say nothing about me, who I want to fuck, who I want to suck. You can't judge me. But then, hold on now, ma'am. You want me to be the Prince Charming and absolve that of you not making, like, if I'm out there fucking every dirty pussy, you would be fair. And in faith, you're a woman, you would be feeling, you are not fucking me. You just fuck that dirty bitch over there. No, nigga. Like,
but hold on, BMT. How about they mess with the woman sexually, and then they turn around and talk about how dirty and nasty the woman is. But if she dirty and nasty and you just laid with this dirty and nasty woman, what does that make you?
You're a dirty, nasty nigga. You're a dirty, nasty nigga, hands down. That's the thing about it. You can't know, for every action, there's a reaction. The go play an RPG game. Y'all see this is the thing about it. I'm starting to understand this part of goddamn society doesn't want to deal with that. This is why I'm saying, you know what? I was mad at Mary at first, but then I had to go sometimes I had to go back and replay back what I just heard. I never listen to my playbacks. I don't. JI's down below, Faith. You want him up with you? I just want to know. I don't want to take nobody out their piece.
Yeah, go ahead and let JI up.
Okay. So I want to know, do black men want families? And if they want families, who are the women that they are laying with, that they are choosing? And then I would ask on the opposite side, black women, What type of man? Not and don't give me that high value bitch shit. That shit. Nobody was talking like that. Nobody was talking like that. Y'all got on a hype trend. What type of man are y'all truly trying to sit with at the table and work with? Do you want that of the lesser, the equal to, the more than? Like I need to go. I need to actually go back. But me and Ruby were talking about that soft girl era shit, and that also that kind of other than the dressing shit, I put out a point, Faith. If what were to go back to being highly effeminate, could the men honestly toughen up enough to take care of their woman and their family? Or do they still want the 50-50 relationship? But if y'all niggas saying y'all want the 50-50, then niggas stop talking that I want a feminine woman shit. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Y'all can't have it both ways. You can't say I want the stay-at-home wife, but then I also want her to make some money. No, nigga. See, that's double talk. That's double talk in my book. If you want your woman out there forging, helping you build the fucking fire, clean the meat and shit, but then say, damn, you just like the niggas. Well, nigga, I'm out here doing the 9 to 5 with you. The fuck you mean? Since I'm going to work, make sure you fucking change the fucking kids. See, this is why I said I don't think black people in these spaces know how a fucking family works. I don't think you talk about patriarchy, but a lot of y'all don't show no type of and
Ooh, wait, BMT Topaz comment down here. That's it, Topaz. That's it right there.
And I'm gonna let J.I. go in. I think they want to be in charge of who gets used to versus who can be valued. They don't truly understand feminism. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't. There's the men do not know what femininity is. They don't. And a lot of the women have a false sense of what true masculinity is. A nigga carrying a gun and busting this and dropping his pants, or by the fucking how much money he has in his wallet. That's not true masculinity, baby. That is not real masculinity. If a nigga, if your masculinity is judged by how much money you have, the sense of masculinity. That's like a guy buying a big truck. He's trying to make up for what he's lacking in. Same thing for a woman. Well, she's not effeminate, but hey, I got a nice Brazilian butt job and breasts, and I'm a cute bitch. But you do not act in no type of way of a female nature. You do not show that quality. What's up, J.I.? Go ahead. I know you've been sitting and waiting. Go ahead, man. I'm just drinking beer and smoking.
Hey, can you hear me, BMT?
Yes, we can.
All right, bet. So, one thing nobody can say of all the people that disagree with me, they can't say that I flip-flop on anything. I've been firm on my stances from the beginning and what it is. Now, me personally, because these are complex, deep-rooted issues that we have, and the panel discussions that we have about it doesn't do it justice, because really, we just get to arguing all the time, and it's nothing fruitful that really comes out of it, because mostly it devolves into us damn near cussing each other out. So that doesn't fix anything. But the reason I always say that the community is finished and it's not coming back is because of all the layers and layers and layers of issues, compounded by the fact that women are not going to yield or submit to a family structure. Now, people think that throughout history and time, it's been the family has been this magical, special thing that women chose to do. No, women were forced historically by need. Family has always been dictated and reinforced by the need for survival. Your survival was tied to your family, and the laws and culture reinforced that family structure. In America, it's basically Sodom and Gomorrah these days. There's no more morality. There's not any one unified morality. Everybody's individual. You can do whatever you want and nobody can tell you anything. families cannot operate within that type of structure. The women rebel against the men openly, and that's not how it's been historically. But historically, women were forced to do whatever. That's why families lasted. In this free, what we have today, this free thing going with all this turmoil, we're not going to see families return in large numbers because women are free to do whatever they want. And if a man cannot force women to do whatever, and they're free to do whatever they want, men are saying every day in these YouTube streets, we don't want women with children, we don't want women doing this, we don't blah, blah, blah. But they're free to do it, so they continue to do it. And they continue to get bad results from doing it. And nobody can stop them because then the government gives them welfare and child support and all these things. And the women are just going to argue and try to blame the men. And the men are not going to start. You can't shame men into being in dysfunctional families. It's not going to work because men they're not going to go for it. You can put them on child support after you had a kid that nobody wanted. You can try to say that they're deadbeats after they're not there for some kid that they never wanted. But the government gave women equality to men, and they understood that women have the responsibility of children, and they think like children, because all throughout history, women have depended upon men for survival. So when everything goes wrong, women, even in a position where women have 100% control of the outcome, my body, my choice, and it's 100% her body and her choice whether a child gets born or not, they will still try to blame the man for them having children outside of wedlock, even though that's 100% in their control. And the government knows that, and the government understands that no matter what laws we put on the books, we're just going to say that women are equal to men, but we understand that women's behavior, they're never going to be adults because they always have looked to men. They do not want to be equal. That's why these women don't stand up here and say, yeah, I shouldn't have had a child before I got married. They say, well, the man had sex with me, like an idiot. And that's why this stuff is never going to get fixed, because until society treats women like actual adults and the laws like actual adults and give men financial abortion rights and abolish child support, these things aren't ever going to be fixed. And that's my stance on it. And it's never flip-flopped, not once. And the results bear it out. We can see the results with our own eyes in our community. You can't deny it.
So,
BMT, would you say that this society that we're in here in the United States, is this a patriarchal or a matriarchal society as a whole?
This is a very patriarchal society.
Right. It's a patriarchal society that rewards men for, being, head of their household. It has historically done that, throughout the history, except for one group of men, and that is Black men. Black men have never, ever been able to be put as the head of their household. And it was systematically done that way on purpose. On purpose. So Black women, even before slavery, living in this patriarchal society where we weren't even counted as human beings, even as slaves, we were put in a pecking order of being over our household in slavery. And then after slavery, Black men were purposely not given many opportunities. And once again, guess who had to be put at the forefront of being the head of the household again, systematically? So if Black women are used to being in a leadership role, how is it then that we are being blamed?
You said if Black women are, would you say that in the Black community, women are the leaders of the household more times than not? Mostly, would you say that?
Yeah, mostly. I'm not disputing that at all.
So if you say that, because we understand that we have 80% out of wedlock birth rate.
But I want to ask you. I want to ask you. I want to ask you to acknowledge. Please acknowledge what I just said. But hold on. Can you acknowledge what I just said?
Hold on.
Because before you came, I asked a question. J.I. Before you came, I did ask a question. No, you cut me off
while I was doing my thing. All right, your question.
But you jumped in. You jumped in and didn't even acknowledge what I said.
Yeah. So if women are in the majority of the whatever, then you would
no. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Saying you can't blame the women.
If women were systematically put in position of leadership, and this is systematically, not something that we volunteered to do, it was systematically done. How then are you blaming Black women?
And I'm telling you how. First off, you have to blame whoever is, and if you're saying Black women are the leaders, then you blame the leaders for the outcome of the whatever. You just said that Black women are the leaders of these houses.
But hold on. Black women.
I'm answering your question.
Okay, but Black women are the leaders in a patriarchal society.
While I'm answering your question.
Okay, go ahead. But I just want to point out. I just want to point out that we are the leaders in a patriarchal society where men are rewarded, not women. So go ahead.
Anyway, all right. Now, if you say that the Black women are the leaders, and then our community
in a patriarchal society,
and you're listen, whatever you keep saying that, we heard you say it. Now you just said that Black women are the leaders, and our community looks like crap. So then that means you have to blame the leadership. BMT, the first rule of the military, you blame when something goes wrong. You blame the leadership, right? BMT.
You go to the leadership. You would have to go to.
You blame the leadership, and the leadership can't be like, oh, well, they were supposed to, but no, you blame the leadership. So how are you then not saying, Faith, that it's not their fault? Because you keep talking about it's not their fault, but in any situation, everybody understands you blame
I'm trying to get you to acknowledge the setup. Now, the first thing I asked BMT when I got in here was, is this or is this not a patriarchal society? Is this or is this not? Both of you said it was a patriarchal society. Then I said, as far as Black women and Black men were concerned, we're the only people where they systematically flip the role on us. In a patriarchal society where men are rewarded for being at the head of the household. Women are not rewarded for being at the head of the household.
No. Because what y'all say is I'm strong and independent and don't need no man, and
hold
I can do that all by myself.
Hold on. No. I'm not getting all into that. I'm not getting all into that though, J.I.
This is another lie that you. J.I. Say what you want to say, and I'm responding. Hurry up.
I just got through asking both you and BMT, is this not a patriarchal society? You both said yes, it is. I also said, and men are rewarded for being at the head of household in a patriarchal society. You both agreed. If you
I did not agree to that.
Oh, so you don't agree that men are rewarded in this society?
No.
For being the head of the household?
BMT answered your question. I didn't answer that question.
Well, please answer the question. Do you think that men are rewarded for being at the head of household in this patriarchal society?
I just said no.
Okay, and please explain.
Because women are favored in divorce. Women are favored when it comes to the children. Men are the ones over 90% on child support. Men are the ones who get put in jail when they can't meet child support. Women are the ones who get benefits when they can't take care of their children. Women at every turn, every step, when domestic violence happens, women are just believed, and the man has to leave even if it's the man's house. Women are favored in every step of the way in this society, and that's what men.
And how is it? Yes, hold on. Let me go ahead and counter that. Because if we're getting all of these rewards, and let me mind you, welfare is not a reward.
Yes,
it's a crutch. What Black women have been trying to do is we have been getting educated. We have been trying to move up into the structure. And guess who is the least paid still? Where is the reward for us moving up in the structure and being the head of our household when the structure is not rewarding us monetarily for our efforts? There is no reward.
What the reward was.
Hold on. And black men who are still less educated than us can still make more money than us. This is a patriarchal society that
you let me
rewards
know when you're
men
done
hand
so I
down.
can answer this nonsense.
I will let you know if you stop interjecting. This is a patriarchal society that rewards men hand down. If black men as men were to go and get educated, if you guys were to go out and actually try to be heads of your household, you would be more than compensated than black women, because you're already more than compensated than black women. So don't give me that crap about handouts and welfare being some sort of what do you call it? A reward? That's not a reward. That's a crutch. That's what's been holding us back. And even those of us that try to climb out of welfare, we're still not reaping the rewards that men reap in this society when they do the same thing. Black women are underpaid below everybody in this society. So don't tell me about us getting rewarded. That is not a reward. And that's the problem with black men. You all see welfare as reward. You don't see it as something that you as men should be trying to get your women out of, your families out of. That's the reason why you're at the bottom of the totem pole, by the way. You're jealous of black women and welfare benefits for far too long. That is not the patriarchal reward of society. In a patriarchal society, even white men awarded their white women welfare when their men were fallen. They rewarded their women the same type of handouts, and it was nothing. It still wasn't enough. So you're going to have to think of a different reward system, because welfare isn't enough. It's not enough of a reward system. I'm done.
All right, now all that babble aside, like I was saying, the reward system that they're awarded with is the welfare system and all this stuff, and the system is completely against men these days, and it's designed like that for a reason. Now y'all have leaned into it and y'all have destroyed your communities with your own hands. Instead of saying we're going to be submissive and blah 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 and serve men blah blah and give them what they want, y'all have said that y'all going to be strong and independent. Y'all don't need no man, blah blah blah. All these attitudes. You got the typical attitude of black women that black men don't want to deal with. All this foolishness, y'all have become just hardened and manly. Y'all have leaned into that, and that's what y'all choose to do because y'all are free to do it in this society, which is why it's not going to change. I'm not trying to convince you of whatever. The statistics speak for themselves. These results speak for themselves. And you man-mouth women think that you can talk to men in this aggressive way or whatever and sway the minds of men. Y'all are fools. And the reason we're going to continue having these deep-rooted issues and why I always say it's not going to be fixed is because y'all are not going to change, because y'all are going to continue to be rewarded with this welfare and with this by
welfare
being able to have
again
children.
is a reward.
Be quiet. Shut up. What
Wow.
the goddamn? I
Wow.
sat there and let you finish all this foolishness and you can't even hold yourself for 30 seconds? God damn, you're not even saying anything.
Well, I'm listening to you
Go ahead
call
and say, hurry up and
welfare
finish.
a reward.
Hurry up and finish.
I don't
Get the
see
rest of
how
that foolishness
welfare
out.
is a reward.
Get the rest of it out. Get it out.
How is welfare a reward, JR? How is that a reward? What is rewarding about welfare?
Get it all out and finish it.
I'm asking a legit question.
I'm not in the business of answering your questions right now. I'm saying what I'm
welfare?
saying. I'm not in
What
the
is
business
rewarding
of
about
that right now. What is
rewarding about having to agree to be poor?
Get it
okay,
all
but
out.
I am. What is rewarding about having to agree to be poor in order to get a handout? I asked the question.
Stop cutting me off. All right. With this man mouth diatribe you keep going on. I'm not answering your question.
Man mouth just asked a legitimate question
and
you just
sidestepped it. But
you keep calling it a reward, and I want to know how is welfare a reward, J.I.?
You keep
that
cutting
is
me
a
off in the middle
legitimate
of my
question.
thing.
But
keep
it's
listen,
it's
I don't care
stupid.
what you
It's
think.
stupid, Ji.
If
It's
you don't
dumb.
understand it,
It's
if you
dumb.
think it's stupid, then let it be stupid.
Okay,
If
well,
you think it's dumb,
if
then
you
let it be
want to
done.
keep
I don't
saying it,
care
why can't you
what you think.
explain it? Why
I
can't you
don't
explain why is
care
welfare a reward
what
to
you
you?
think.
What is
All
rewarding
right.
about woman having to agree to be
I'm
poor
not
in order to get a
explaining
handout?
what's
What
already
is
understood to you.
rewarding about living poor
This
and in poverty, Ji?
mouth
What is
fraud.
rewarding
Listen,
about that?
I'm not trying to sway your mind. I know you believe whatever you believe. I don't care.
No,
But
because
this
you
is
don't
why our
even
community
believe
is
it.
going to
That's
be
the reason
completely
why you
destroyed.
can't tell me what is the
I've had
reward in
several
women being
debates.
poor.
Question
Listen,
is
you keep cutting me
welfare
off.
only for
You man-mouth broad. Go ahead, BMT.
now? I want to ask a question. I'm gonna ask a fair question. Is welfare only for the women, or is it for anybody that applies?
It's for anybody that
Welfare.
applies that can qualify for it.
So anybody that qualifies for welfare can get access to it.
Correct.
Yeah, but it's mostly given to women.
Okay,
You can pull up the statistics right now.
Well, but aren't there more women than there are men?
Not by the disproportionality of which it's given to women over men when you break it down.
Okay, but who predominantly keeps the children?
Women predominantly keep the children because this court system has it slanted that way. It favors women over the fathers to the tune and to the point that men have been arguing for years and complaining for years about custody issues that nobody seems to care about.
Okay.
And it's belittled, and it's a stereotype that's fallen forward from the time where women see. This is why the laws haven't caught up. Women were given equality, quote unquote, under the law, but they still got to keep these benefits that were under an old chivalrous, sexist worldview. All right, which is that women should be raising children, but the laws have not caught up to actually enforce it, to make it 50-50 even across the board. And that's what men have been complaining about for years.
But who made welfare? Men or women?
The government.
That is run by who?
Men.
The government that's run by men.
Okay, so men made welfare. Mm-hmm. Who implemented the family court? Men or women?
The men did. It's a governmental thing that was created by men. Okay,
now who also made these laws that come down hard on men? Men or women?
The men have.
Okay, so it seems like these men that are predominantly, majority of the judges are men. Majority of the lawmakers are men. Majority of the people who enforce the law are men.
That is true.
The women can only maneuver in that of an environment provided for them. Most women that get appointed as judges are by who? Men. So you would have to go after these men that are putting these women in positions of authority.
You're singing to the choir, BMT. I said repeatedly that men are going to have to put it on the wood and change the government at the legal level to get these things to be changed. But what you're making is a separate argument from the argument that I'm making. Women are taking advantage. See, women don't have to take advantage and abuse this system because they can. Yes, men, and what you're talking about, men would have to literally, old-fashioned way, Civil War style, destroy the government to remove these laws. And I've said that several times, that is what it will take. And I believe that this is going to be one of the pillars upon which this country collapses. And I've said that several times.
I would ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. Who would you think would be your biggest component against financial abortion, men or women?
Who do I think will be my biggest enemy?
Yes.
The biggest enemy to financial abortion is unfortunately was definitely going to be women. Women aren't going to go for it.
It's actually going to be the men.
Right.
If it came to a vote, women are not going to be voting for a financial abortion right. And I've had several debates with women. Shout out to the league TOP, but they're not going to be voting for that because women aren't going to be voting against their best interest. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of men that are against it too, as well. But women are not going to be.
There are going to be more men voting against it because they don't want to have to be bothered with their daughters who come home with children, illegitimate children from men who did not want to take care of them. That is the reason why the men came up with the family court laws in the first place.
No, they will not. There will not be more men who vote against than women. That's a lie. Number one. Number two.
How is that a lie when men were the ones that came up with the family court laws?
Number two.
Okay, it's true because J.I. says
separation. This is the separation of what I'm saying. Hold on, BMT. This is separation of what I'm saying and how it doesn't have anything to do with the court system being in place. What I'm talking about is the consequences of personal choice and responsibility. Women 100% control when they have children and whether or not they're married when they have children. A lot of these women understand that they are not wife worthy and they'll never be a wife. So they just have children, whatever, because they understand that they have these safety nets. Before we get to the safety nets, I'm talking about the behavior that will make a woman sit up outside of marriage and still produce a child in this country where she has 100% autonomy over her body. It is poor decision making through and through. And now when she makes this poor decision making, she understands that she's going to be, even though the children are going to suffer, she's going to be rewarded by the welfare system.
It's not a reward.
The man is going to be, it is a reward. And the man is going to be punished.
No, it's not.
All right, by the same system. And that's where families are not going to be formed.
It's not a punishment. It's asking you to take care of your children
because they're getting
that
this
you
reward.
created.
Because they're getting this reward because societal structure. Now, if we want to say ultimately, because I agree with you, men are going to have to destroy the system, but I don't believe it's going to be done through vote. I'm not even going to lie. But we're so divided in all that amongst all these other lines and issues that it's not going to be it's not going to be plausible for us to join forces to do it that way because the world has changed so much.
I have a question. So, J.I., let me ask a question. Do you think it would benefit society if women were moved to a second-class citizen bracket?
What do you mean by second-class citizen bracket?
In other words, you take women's rights away.
Would society get better or worse? I think society would get. Wait a minute. Would they still be working? How would this look?
No. I just asked you. Take their rights away. Would you think that would benefit your patriarchal society that you talk about? Would that benefit you if women had their rights taken away?
Well, I don't want women to. Well, let me answer it like this. First, yes, I think society will look better. But two, I don't want women's rights to be taken away. I want the laws to be equal and for men to have financial abortion rights and equal parenting rights when they are parents.
See, you can't have it both ways, J.I. Either you want.
I just told you, yes, the country will look better. I just told you, answer your question and say, yes, society would look better. Yeah.
So you would want. So you're for the women's rights. How would that benefit the overall society if the women's rights were taken away?
He said, how would that? Well, let's be clear here. I'm not for them losing their rights. But if they lost their rights or whatever, and they went back to a patriarchal thing when they were under men, it would curb their behavior automatically, so society would improve. And a lot of these issues that are issues now would cease to be issues. That's how the world has existed since the beginning of time. But that's not what I'm for.
That's not true.
That is true.
J.I., that's not true because if you, but there is an example of that.
Me and I was answering
There's an example of that.
He asked me and I was answering his question. You believe what you want to believe. BMT asked me a question, I'm answering it. Now,
but there is an actual real world example of that. Look at the women in Africa.
You hold on to that. The second part of that, is it's never been my crusade or whatever to strip women of their rights. That's not my thing. I want men to have financial abortion rights, and I want men to have equal. I want to abolish child support and abolish the family court and all that stuff, period, and make the laws equal between men and women. That's always been my thing, to make everything equal between men and women. If a woman hits a man and a man hits her back, I don't think the man should be. It should just be. It should just be up. It's whatever. No special privileges because she's a woman or anything. That's my thing.
It's not like that. But it's not. It's not like that. It's literally, if a woman were to assault a man and he were to strike her back, the first question the police are going to ask is who hit who first. Am I correct about that, Faith? They're going to ask who assaulted who first, and then after that, they're going to say, okay, so that person assaulted you, and if you met them with the same equal force to defend yourself, they're going to take that person off to jail because you were defending yourself. That's honestly what's going to happen. Like, I've seen that. Y'all know my criteria work. I've seen a woman strike a man, and the man slapped her back, and the woman went off to jail. Like, literally, I watched.
BMT. I can do one better. I can do one better. Excuse me, J.I. I was talking. J.I. please.
I'll do it before you.
You know what, BMT? You're absolutely right, because I did domestic violence classes, and about half of that classroom that I was in was females. Females in that classroom. They're the ones striking first and getting arrested. So there is equal footing of the law. But I'm talking about when J.I. sat up here and said that he thinks the country would be better if women's rights were taken away. But you could go and look at third world countries where women have fewer rights than the men, and you can see where it's not better. As a matter of fact, the single mother birth rates, I believe, in the Dominican Republic and in Africa are up. They're up. Now more than ever, you have more single mothers in Africa. You have more single mothers in the Dominican Republic. So if they have fewer laws and fewer rights, then how come it's not working over there, J.I.?
Now, like I was saying, BMT, it's not reflective.
See, he won't answer my question. BMT, he won't answer any of my questions.
Listen,
he won't. He doesn't have an answer.
Mouth harlot keeps talking loud and trying to talk over me. Listen, I'm not having any kind of conversation.
Okay, now see, BMT, I have been very respectful to J.I. When you asked me to let him up.
BMT, she's spoken over me. She's spoken over me, and she's completely cut me off repeatedly, and nobody.
I have not used any ad hominems against you.
All. She's not been respectful at all. She's been talking over me.
Yes, I have.
Cutting in every time I've been saying something. That's not respect at all. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know. She is one of the founding members of the BBN. Like, she was the one that definitely requested you to come up for the conversation.
What is BBN?
You really don't know? That's literally a whole network of men and women collaborated together as content creators for men and women to have voices of different conversations, just like the one we're having right now. Really. Like, literally.
Okay, but she's still been disrespectful me, cutting me off and over talking and stuff.
Okay, but listen. Just have a conversation. I know y'all can do that. Okay? No ad hominems, no disrespect. She asks you a question, she asks you a question, just answer the question. You ask her a question, you gotta understand this. This is one of the very few panels y'all will ever be able to interact with people of the opposite sex and actually have discussion. If y'all can't do that, I might have to just say, hey, some of y'all just can't come around unless y'all can know how to handle yourself on these conversations. This is still my panel. Okay? When I go with a Faith panel, she looks out for me. When I go over to, she come on my panel, I look out for her. I respect you, J.I., but you also got to give my co-host respect. Fair enough? I'm going to make sure that they don't disrespect you. Okay? Y'all got to have a temperament of anger. I don't like Woman Spear. She knows who the fuck she is. I don't like a lot of content creators, but when I go on Faith panel, I give that. I don't say nothing. I'm respectful, and I just play the panel. Fair enough. BMT
is very respectful on my panel, and I know that a lot of you guys don't like a woman with a strong voice or a strong personality to have any opinion. But anytime I speak on this panel, you guys feel it's disrespectful. Even when I'm sitting here listening to you guys, Even a small interjection is disrespectful. I ask questions and you say it's disrespectful. So you see, I could care less what any of you say. I don't care. This is my personality. This is how I speak. I'm a strong woman. I have been this way my entire life. It ain't going to change no time soon, and fit to get married on top of it. So guess what? Scratch your ass, get mad, or get glad. I don't give a fuck.
I want to give a special thanks. I want to give special thanks and call out to Gabrielle Hanks. I read your comment from my last video. I read it. I read it thoroughly. So thoroughly, I actually reviewed it, and I wanted to actually, and this is the thing about it, and I wanted this to actually be said. This is from Gabrielle Hanks, and I thought about this, and tell me if it's wrong. Cynthia was telling the truth. Most black men don't get married. Only about 32% of black men get married. Of 32%, 80% of them marry black women, and some of those women aren't even black. They're mixed. So really, only 25% of black American men are married to black women. Less than that if you take out all of the mixed women. She wasn't lying. A black American woman who wants marriage is playing a losing game if she doesn't date out. Also, the man of the house rule only existed for several years and only in about a dozen states. A black American woman fought all the way up to the Supreme Court to get the law overturned. Y'all actually need to read the rule. It might shock you. So I read it. I read your comment. I want you to understand I did read your comment. I read your comment. I'm fair. I am very fair. I want you to understand this. I sit down, I read stuff. Faith can tell you behind closed content doors, I sit, I talk. We have long discussions on a whole assortment of things. Rights, politics, policies, the household, before we even do our content. So the question is, and I'm just asking, does the black man actually want the home? Does he actually want the home? Or does he think that, hey, fuck the home. Why do I need that home shit? I can actually get my cake and eat it too. What's your thoughts on that, Faith? And what's your thoughts on that? And then also I will give it over to J.I. If y'all come up, I want to make sure y'all be respectful. Faith is the co-host for today. So y'all understand this. Do not attack the co-host. She's not attacking y'all. Y'all don't attack her. Attack the ideals of the talking point, not the person.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, as far as what was the question again? You said, do black men want the family and the marriage?
Black women want the family home.
Do black women or black men?
Black men.
I think that black men, I don't think they want the family home. I think what typically most black men want is what you, and I've heard Amiri say this before as well. They want slaves. They want slavery. What black men describe, if you sit back and you listen, excuse me, to what half of these men say on these panels, they're describing female domestic workers or female domestic slaves. They're not describing wives. They're not describing mothers. They're describing somebody that if they nudge on the shoulder at 2 a.m. in the morning and ask them to fix a sandwich, that person's just going to jump up with all the energy in the world after being nudged out of sleep to fix them a sandwich. That is not a wife or a mother. That is a slave. They're describing women that will let them cheat in peace. You know, that's not a wife. That's not a mother. That's a damn fool. So, you know, when I listen to these guys, I'm not hearing too much of what a wife is about. I don't even think they know themselves what a wife and a mother's main job is supposed to be. they're simply just describing things that are very selfish and self-centering and self-serving. So no, I don't think that they want the family structure.
Okay, J.I., you're next. Go ahead, J.I. And welcome, conservative.
Men want families to the point that they're willing to go overseas.
You sound
try
low.
to
You sound
find-
low.
Can you hear me better now, BMP? Is it better now?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If it's not better, let me know. Hold on. Let me do this. Is it better now?
Very, very much better. Go ahead.
All right, bet. So men want wives to the point where they're willing to go overseas to try to find them. This trope and nonsense that black men want slaves is laughable, because of all the men, black men put up with the most nonsense. Every other group of men has way higher and stricter standards for their women. Black women think that men wanting them to be in shape and nice and even smile is slavery. And again, this is why I keep saying that this thing is over. This community thing is over. Black men are just gonna have to find women or whatever. These black women talking about they're just gonna date out. It's a delusion, because if they can't meet the standards of black men, they're not gonna meet the standards of these other people. It's some delusion that they have. But men absolutely want families. What they don't want is man mouth, masculine, talking back, being difficult, being all out the way, and no kind of wifelyhood in these women. That's what men have rebelled against, and men have had the same issues since the beginning of time. And what a black woman said: I don't care. I don't need no man. You can't tell me what to do. You can like it or lump it. Blah blah blah. All that talking back, all that manliness, masculineness, all that foolishness, to the point it's so bad. Black men are so femininity starved in the black community, to the point that people can come over here in these spaces and just speak femininely to these men, and these men are just gonna flock to them in droves. That's how deprived black men are of femininity. It is ridiculous. And to try to suggest that black men don't want families is asinine and insane. You got it, Hood.
Hi, welcome. I mean, thanks for having me up here. You know, I promise to be nice.
Hey, David.
Yeah, I'm going to be a good boy. And
Now, David, you heard the question. The question is, do black men want families?
I think the question is a little bit of insulting in and of itself. Men are not the ones who went on a campaign to destroy the family unit. There's no male literature that says the family unit is actually slavery, when technically the man is more indebted to the man is more enslaved by the family unit than the woman is, and men still sign up for that shit. So I don't know that the question is even valid. And especially in the history of this country, why would you even assume that men don't want family? Where are you getting this from? Because women don't have a culture of going to court to fight for their family. And even on the other side of that, women don't take men to court to raise their children. No man is being brought to court to spend more time with his kids. The only thing women want from men in terms of family, when women say he ain't taking care of his kids, she doesn't mean he ain't showing up to discipline the child. She doesn't mean he's not showing up to instill manhood and discipline in the boys, or to instill chastity and respect for the rules in the girls. Like, that's not what they're complaining about. They only want money from the men, which tells you that women are fine with the broken family system because they get rewarded for it. Yes, they do get rewarded. That is the primary motive for human behavior, incentive. If you don't get rewarded for behavior, you won't do it. Well, no, put it this way. If you get punished for something, you're less likely to do it. If you get rewarded for something, you're more likely to do it. So you can apply that little golden rule to everything in human behavior. So when you ask yourself, Why is it that so many black women are single? It's because it works for them. It serves their purpose. They get what they want out of it. So no, it's not the men who don't want family. Men are trying to fight to save the family. And the sad thing is, if you're a man and you want to fight to save your family, you're fighting a woman.
Okay. Thank you. All right. We bring the cat. We have new guests on here. K, Polly, Math. We'll just call you K. K, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you right. Well, thanks.
Okay, go ahead. So the question is, do black men want families, or no? That's not a thing.
Okay, that's a good question. I think some black men want families, but I'll say that some black men don't want families. So within the distribution, I'll say about 20% of black men are okay without families. These tends to be the sort of men who you guys might call select men. So they get whatever they want, and they already kind of tasted out the different kinds of ice cream out there, and they're kind of like, okay, look, I don't want to be tied down into a family man situation, responsibility. Also, the fact that we're living the modern times, wages aren't the same as they used to be. Then you have like 50% of men who do want families, but some of those 50% of men aren't really attractive to women. So they're sort of struggling, in between there. Okay, am I going to find the woman that I'm truly attracted to, and am I going to be willing to sort of take care of her, or will I be respected? Do I have what it takes to sort of lead that kind of environment? And I think, yeah, so it's kind of, I'll break it down there. I was like 20% don't want a family or don't really care for it. I would say about 50% do want a family, and the rest are sort of undecided. And the issue is, even those 50% who do want families, a lot of them are not qualified. I would say most men today are not qualified to have the sort of respect that let's say, their grandparents had, right? Most men want the woman to sort of be pseudo-submissive. And what I mean by that is just sort of respect him, take his word as the last word when it comes to decision making, and kind of focusing on future progressions of that relationship. However, your grandparents or grandfather took majority of the responsibility when it came to bringing in majority of the income, etc. And at this point, most men can't do that. Most men only earn $50,000, and right now that's just not enough to raise a family, like a 3-people family. So I would say yes.
Average household brings in 40,000 less.
All right, 40,000.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So as you can clearly see there, that's just not enough to actually, for the men to actually be qualified. So I'll say 50% men do, but most of them are not qualified.
Okay. Shannon, welcome to the program again. You're definitely here. This is a rough one. This is like goddamn getting a goddamn colonoscopy. And shout out to the person who put up the question, Betty Boop, as well as Gabrielle, about the second-class citizen woman, as well as asking the question, do black men overall want to get married? Or nah.
Families.
Do they want families?
It's about families. Yeah. I'm pro-black. I'm pro-man. Well, not really pro-black, but I'm pro-man. All right. I'm not here to kick the table over. I'm not here to troll. The stats reflect what it is. No, black men don't want families. Neither do black women. This thing about families in the black community is not real. The stats reflect that. So we need to define what a family is. First of all, family is a married man and woman and kids. That's what a family is. Now, I know in the black community it's perverted on what a family really is, but that's a family. Married man and woman, kids, family. The majority of men don't want it. The majority of women don't want it. The stats reflect that. You don't get a 70% out of wedlock birth rate if men wanted families. They would be like, hey, woman, I'm not giving you no kid till you my wife. I'll give you kids then. But that's not what's happening. Woman can get a kid by any man. And all in this crazy talk about the 20% of men are making babies by all the women. No. All of us here have kids. We're not pookies. That whole talking point is crazy. We're not pookies. We have kids. That whole thing needs to go away. This whole idea where it's just women, this woman and man war or whatever. Man, please, women have absolutely no power. And I heard BMT, you kind of got into it when you was talking about the government and how the men make the laws. Yes, rich men use women to control poor men because poor men don't have discipline. They have nothing else to do but hunch. So that's what they do. And that's what they do. The government uses that. They'll use the women. Hey, woman, here's if you bring us some men, we'll give you rewards. And that's what I was agreeing with J.I. with when she was talking to the lady. Yes, welfare is a reward. That's ridiculous. If I was sitting up here and had my 4 kids and the government decided to give me an extra $400 a month, that's a reward. That ain't no, how am I winning there? $400 I didn't earn is a reward. That's crazy. Any kind of money. If they was to give me $80 a month, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, I'm losing. I only get $80 a month. That's ridiculous. All that's ridiculous. So that that welfare and Section 8 and all that's not a reward, man, come on. That's ridiculous. That's something that people that are receiving it would say, So
Okay.
that's just my whole deal on it.
So
yes,
okay.
no black men do not want families. Neither do women.
Let me just get this out the way. Yes, Joshua asks, what is a pookie? Pookie is a YouTubian term used as a lower thinking individual, like Doughboy from Boys in the Hood. That would be considered a pookie. Or Ashtray from Don't Be a Menace to Society. That is considered a pookie. Pookies have been here.
I want to respond real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay, because Shannon B and J.I. believes that welfare is a reward for women. And I keep trying to explain to you how it's not. It's kind of like you guys have this broken, poor mindset when it comes to welfare. You guys have no idea that you have to agree.
That is an insult, man. Please don't do that because you don't like it if we do that to you.
Right.
Excuse me, what?
Let her finish, David. Let her finish.
She started out insulting BMT.
And what was the insult? Well, excuse me.
You say we have a poor mindset. Either we're broke or we're bad at thinking.
Okay, David, just.
She did start out insulting BMT.
You know what, BMT? I got to go. This is ridiculous.
No, you don't have to go. You don't have to go. Listen, y'all can't get so triggered. David, you have a lot of high inflammatory things.
Nobody said anything insulting to this woman, but as soon as she talks, she calls us dumb and poor.
Oh, she didn't call you dumb. She said,
what does it mean if you have a poor mindset? What does that mean, BMT? That's not a positive comment. That's not positive. That is a negative comment towards the men on the panel.
God.
But she wants to be treated with respect. Right,
it
right.
Did,
so you get to
when
kick
I
me
said
in the
something about her, you told me I couldn't do it, BMT.
Okay.
You told me I couldn't insult her.
Don't say
I'm
that.
not trying to insult you, but I want there to be respect going across the board here. I don't want you to say things to me that you don't want to be said back to you.
Because when I get to
you know what? I'm not. You know what? At this point, it's getting ridiculous, BMT.
Why is saying so difficult?
Right. Hold on. Saying that a person has a broken, poor mindset is not the equivalent of calling them mandrel or making fun of their speech and just direct ad hominem attacks.
Yes, it is.
So yes, you did.
Okay, real quick question. Real quick. If welfare wasn't a reward, why do they accept it?
Okay, I was getting ready to break down what the broken, poor mindset is.
No, skip that. If welfare wasn't a reward, why do they accept it?
No. See, you got a chance. You got a chance to say what you wanted to say. But as I was saying about the broken, poor mindset, you have to agree to be poor in order to get welfare in the first place. It is not anything that a woman is receiving that is extra. That means that she has nothing, absolutely nothing. She is not getting any help from a man. She doesn't have any help from a job. This is not extra. This is to supplement what she is not getting from the other parent. So it's not extra. It's a supplemental program. Something to give, not as extra, but to supplement what she is not getting, what isn't there. And she has to be poor in order to even qualify for it. If
Do you know
this
more than
woman
poor
makes,
people get welfare?
excuse me?
Not just poor women get welfare. That's not real.
If you make over a certain amount of money for the number of people in your household, you will not qualify. You have to qualify in order to get this. Now, there are some people who are running scams, and those people that run scams in this day and time with technology, they're having to pay that stuff back or go to jail. So there is no scamming the system like that. You have to be poor.
So is poor the problem, or is welfare? That it's kind of a you're jumping in between both of them.
That's not what I'm saying. You're putting
welfare problem.
Now, I didn't say that it was a problem. I'm just saying that this is part of the broken poor man's mindset, because a lot of people don't even understand welfare and how you even go about getting it. First of all, it's not there. Right, there's no extra, because you're saying that it's a reward and that she's getting extra, and I'm telling you that you're wrong. It's not a reward. She's not getting anything extra. She has to be poor, and she has to agree to remain poor in order to keep getting it.
That's what I'm saying.
She has to keep qualifying.
That's the reward, the choice. If you choose to be, you're saying it. You choose to be poor to receive this reward.
Now, let me so I'm gonna come in for this one. So in my time living up north in Springfield or just being around, my uncle, shout out to him, taught me the hustle of how to work the welfare system. Within 2 weeks, I know how to get a spot in housing, at least $450 on the EBT card. If I go for an emergency assistance, and also how to get my stipend for unemployment. I know how to do all three of those things very easily. I choose not to do that because there are people who do need that spot. I do qualify if I wanted to because I am a disabled veteran. Okay, I can get it. I choose not to touch it. I actually make really good money already without that.
It's not welfare though. Hold on. You being a veteran doesn't make it welfare.
I'm not talking about me being a veteran, but understand that, like, I'm out like for me, and I'm not putting all my business, David. I'm 100%, right? I can tap into. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I can tap into that, right? Like certain
That's true.
Certain entities can tap into that with no question. The system is heavily flawed. I agree with y'all. But also, for me to be able to do certain stuff, I can only make there's a glass ceiling, a certain amount. Like, you have to let them know how much people are in your household, how much everybody makes. Your kids have to go to the doctor to go get certain types of medical shots or treatment, which I don't agree with.
None of that matters because if you're poor, it's a leg up. No matter what, if you're broke, that's a leg up. So for women to say that they don't have money, getting free money where you don't have to do nothing is a reward. I don't know how people can't accept that. If you're poor, anything for free is a reward.
But why do you only just say it's only just women? Listen, if you are a welfare, here's the thing. Okay.
Don't even respect men who give free shit.
Okay, I'm gonna help you with that, David. So we now live in it's right now it's 2022. The welfare crack baby era, right? Those kids are grown up in the system.
Yes.
That system is normal to them. That is why Trump had to start pushing people off. Did that not happen, Shannon? Did that not happen, Kay? J.I.?
By the large numbers.
Y'all motherfuckers have been on the system since y'all were kids. Y'all ain't never got off the system. Like, what the fuck? Like, they learned how to stay on the system for so long. They learned how to work it to a science.
3 generations to where it's not a reward.
For the women or the children,
it's not a reward. reward system.
Hold on,
How is this not a
wait.
reward system, though?
Wait. But to say just
It's
only
not.
the women were getting it is now it's not even a thing, because now the men that were born into it, their moms will say, "Hey, go down there and go get food stamps. You can go get it."
Yeah. Yep.
Because if I follow you as a mentally challenged child, you qualify.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that hustle. I know that hustle, but again, BMT now the head of the house, the mom, is the real benefit of that. Because until he leaves that house, she's definitely that's the main reason why she sent him down there to get that check, is so he could bring it into her house. The whole and frankly, if you really want to go deeper, it's actually designed to be predatory towards men. Meaning, it's one thing. All right, think of it like this, BMT. If you and your girl both on welfare, why should she respect you? Why should she work with you? It doesn't benefit the man at all, even associating with welfare. But for women, it doesn't really mess up their plan or their position in life.
So wait. Okay, so
I'm sorry, BMT.
Well, how does it mess up a man's plan or position in life if he gets welfare?
Because why do you have to respect him when you're both living off the government? It literally changes the balance of power in the relationship, where as a woman, you like the idea that your man has done things that let me finish.
But you
like
do okay.
Let me finish. You like the idea that your man is capable of doing things. So when you create a whole class of people where the men aren't really needed to do anything and the women get their needs met, how are they supposed to look at the men?
Okay, I can tell you that there are plenty of men that come in here, like, say, for instance, I saw Asian men getting welfare. I used to be an enrollment representative. They would come in here, all these illegals, all these immigrants don't even have a social security number. The men are the ones that get put on the roster. How do you think their women look at them when they first coming into this country and their men are getting government assistance?
That isn't the same. You know why? Because they traveled across the fucking world with that man. They followed that man across the world. You think that's good? You think that bond is going to be broken by some free money? You women don't come into this with the same bond as the black men. Like that bond between that Chinese man and his wife, you didn't start out with that. You were born into I don't need no man. So when they put that free money in your face, you definitely not going to work with me. You know,
let me ask you.
David, what they're leaving out is those people came over here as families, married together, intact.
That's what I'm saying.
On the same plan. They make these disingenuous arguments as if people are stupid. And then they want to pretend like they don't understand.
Correct.
And that's why the stuff is never going to get fixed.
I'm an immigrant, or whatever person, right? So my parents came there, again, married. There's a different kind of responsibilities, right? Even if in my case, my parents didn't want to do that whole welfare thing because they know, those rumors about people that go on welfare, they remain there.
Wait, did you say your parents were married my father when they came over here? Were they married when they came over here?
Let them finish, yeah. Let them finish, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, they're already married. So my mother came first, right? Then brought everybody else, right? But they're obviously married. So the thing is, when people come in from, let's say, other countries, there's a lot more responsibility. So, like, let's say a little bit free money, that they're not thinking about surviving. They're thinking about immersing wealth to help and support their families back home. Let's say my parents, they actually send money back home all the time, right? There's remittances. So, and also culturally wise, as a brother said earlier, when you're going through life with someone, that bond is strong, right? Because what I see now is, let's say, brothers like me, if I go to, I'm in Africa now. If I go to Africa now, I bring up a woman back over the pond. What's going to happen is, if that woman and me and her haven't really been in a relationship for 5 or 6 years, most of the time that relationship is going to break down, because that woman now is coming from, she's like, okay, I don't really know this guy that well. There's all these free shit, feminism and all that stuff. It's enticing, and she's going to be like, I came from an environment where, let's say, I'm in Kenya right now. Right now, the houses over here, right? You can get a nice house for $200, right? Like a nice 1-bedroom house. In the if you go to, let's say, America, New York City or something, you're going to be spending a lot more money than that. So you're going to bring back you're living in dilapidated conditions, and she's kind of expecting certain kind of things. So she's going to leave you. But when it comes to like family, people come in as families. Most of the time, the relationships stay because there is that bond. Together, it's not really that enticing. But in my case, my parents, my dad got sick a little bit. My mom was working 3 jobs just to kind of keep us afloat. She kind of refused the whole welfare thing. I've been on welfare myself, actually. When I was doing my
wait,
PhD.
you also got on welfare yourself?
Yeah, I was on welfare. My parents never, but I was on welfare. The reason I was on welfare.
Now, did that make you feel? Now, Kate, just let me ask you a question. Did that make you feel like less of a man because you use welfare?
No, I needed it, right? So what happened is I was finishing off my PhD. I didn't have I couldn't work while doing that, right? It's not advisable. So,
dude, how did I know you were a college student? Like, I knew it wasn't that you were just bummy and struggling. Like, you literally were a college student.
But a lot
That's
of black
typical.
women are college students and on welfare.
No,
yeah,
this
but
is
they stay in
they're
school for
making.
12 years though. They be in hair school for 18 years on welfare.
Dave, this is
That
the thing
is
that
not
they're
true.
missing.
They will not allow you to stay in school that long.
What
Come on
K
now.
Polymath is saying is that they're using the welfare for the they're already a family unit. They're not using it as an excuse not to start a family. And
Okay, well here's my question. Here's my question.
Hold on, stop cutting me off.
What is stopping black men? What is stopping black men from
while I'm saying
marrying?
something? Because I'm gonna say it anyway, and I'm gonna say it through you. Stop cutting me off while I'm saying something.
Go ahead.
God damn it. It's just that foolishness. Anyways, Dave, like I was saying,
you know what?
They're not using the welfare as an excuse as to why they don't need a man. They're using it to strengthen their family. And like the brother K Polymath said, they're using it. He said they didn't even use it, but they're using it as a stepping stone to get to wealth because they're already a family. We do not have the families. And Shannon was right when he said what a family is a married man to a married woman and then children. We do not start out that way. And it's undermined, like you said, Hood Conservative, because they use the welfare system as an excuse to not need a man instead of as a resource to strengthen a family. And that's the difference.
Okay, well, here's my question. What is stopping black men from marrying the mothers of their children and then just utilizing the system just like the immigrants do to come up off of?
The women don't want to cooperate. It's the women who rather be single and independent.
What do you
rather
mean?
chase
No,
the bag on their own. Listen,
no,
you hear?
it's not.
Oh,
thank God, another woman. Thank God.
Wait. Please don't cut me off. Let me just say this 1 second.
Charlene, calm down there. Calm down, Charlene. I know you're coming hot. Calm down. Let David
recently there was this song just dropped, "Baby Daddy Free." Have you heard this now? It's a song about abortion. It's literally a song she's rapping about. She says, "I'm FREE, baby daddy free. I ain't got a fuck nigga baby coming out of me." This is what black women are on right now.
Oh, Glorilla.
No man.
You know what sucks about that?
It just proves that you rather kill your baby than work with your baby daddy. That's what's wrong with it.
Wait a minute, somebody is echoing really bad.
Well, is that me? Can y'all hear me?
No, it's not you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Is it me?
No, it's gone now.
I want to comment on the baby daddy thing. That song shows that it sucks, but it shows that the women are willing. Oh, wow. The women are willing to be more disciplined than the men, even though they're killing kids. But
based off of
the whole woman and man conversation ends when the men just don't. These women have no problem getting pregnant. That's what I try to explain to people. Like, these women are having kids by 2 or 3 different dudes. Like,
these men have no problem getting women pregnant. They have no problem impregnating.
That's what I'm trying to stop.
6 and 7 women at a time.
What I'm saying is women don't have this power that a lot of men think they have. They don't.
Wait, explain something. How is abortion having discipline? That's literally like having the ultimate eraser on your pencil. But how is you equating that with discipline?
So imagine if men had that. How many babies would we erase?
We probably erase even more if we could, but that's kind of my point. That's not discipline. That's the only thing I take issue with. Why are you calling it discipline? Nobody with a
what I'm saying is that the women
practice is discipline.
The women have no power. We can cut it off now. Like, men could stop all this black whatever, all this crap that these women are doing. We could stop it now. Like right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight you on that one. The only way forward, it's two-pronged. One, men need sexual discipline, and then 2, you have to be willing to oppress women just a little bit, because the simple fact
is, women. What are you talking about?
Let me tell you how good women are.
Right.
This is what women can do. Women can be from the hood on welfare with 3 kids by 3 different men. She would not have a problem getting a 4th, 5th, or 6th baby.
Why would women need to be oppressed?
Yeah,
They
I
don't.
was lost with that one right there. Like, okay, if you gotta oppress
I didn't say
somebody,
women need to be oppressed.
nobody said that. You said that, Jeff. If you gotta oppress somebody for you to get your leg up, then I don't know what to say. Like, because I'm just trying to figure out. I need more clarity on that. Like, here's the thing about it. Nobody shames the Indian person, and I know I have some pretty good Indian friends, and they've used welfare. I know some pretty good Africans and different other groups, they've used welfare. We do that quite a lot in the American society, especially amongst the blacks. Now, here's the interesting thing, and I'm gonna throw this at you. This is a very funny, really weird. I look at the home ownership. I'm gonna go there because building this is the house of love. Okay, why are more single mothers buying homes and households than the single men?
I can answer that.
More BMT. They're literally made the news for being the most evicted.
But nevertheless, that still doesn't take away the fact of buying homes. You can say they're being evicted, that's fine, but they still are buying you in homes, in property.
Right, and eviction does that mean that they're being evicted from apartments?
Right, like, so the thing about it is, if you don't have the family back, shouldn't that mean you should be flourishing, like buying houses and buying property and shit? And
now here's the answer to that, BMT.
Because if
this
that
is
black woman ain't holding you back and you're not working with her, then how is she still outdoing you in the home buying and the property management? Like,
well, let me answer it. Here's the answer. The black men have a higher net worth than black women. We just look it up. So whatever them buying, whatever is, black men still have a higher net worth. But to me, none of that even matters, because what you're saying, why they buy more homes or whatever, it goes to this because generally, because of our wicked court system, women end up with the children more. So they basically go try to start a family with just themselves and their children. They try to buy a house because they have children, they need more space. Generally, why? And also, men don't need as much as women to get by. Most men, a lot of men, we can just chill in studio apartments. We'll just be good. Everybody's seen the joke of the TV on the milk crate, blah, 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 whatever. Men are simple creatures in general. And the reason that a lot of men get homes is when they have families. So when men don't have families, they don't see the need a lot of times to just have all that space or whatever, because they're good. They're like, I'm good without it, because it's just them. So that's why that a lot of men don't necessarily do that. Whereas the women generally have the children, and that's why they go and buy the houses. But it's not helping their net worth or anything. So it's not helping in that aspect. So that's not an argument that can be made.
How is that helping their net worth? I'm lost. Because I'm pretty sure. Go ahead, BMT.
No. Well, here's the thing about it, J.I. I didn't say women with children. I just said black women are buying more homes.
I know. But that's generally why, though. Because generally, women
I got something for that.
You got to dig into those numbers. Yeah.
Go ahead, Shannon.
The truth is, black women are buying more homes, and I've seen black women making 45 grand, and they will actually go and put their money in to buy a home. But I've seen a lot of black men, they will not do it. Matter of fact, my generation, most of the black men, they will not even get a home without a woman. And I'm like, why you buy your own house, man? And they're like, well, shit, that bitch can come with her half, and then I pay my half, and they use their money to buy toys to sleep with other women. That's the larger number. That's what they're doing. So
I didn't want to throw it at Shannon's a lot more colder than me. I gotta understand.
Thank you, Shannon.
Let me kind of.
At least Shannon is honest. I will say that he's honest.
As a single man, there is no practical reason. They're just not. Unless you're gonna have a family, bro. No. Think about it.
You're planning for the future.
No. Let me explain. As a single man, You can go out and have all the fun in the world and keep your expenses low. Because look, if you're single without a family, most of your expenses are probably going to go to like entertainment, going out, having parties, meeting women, and all that stuff. You don't need the house. And frankly, women without children aren't out buying houses like that either. They'll be happy with an apartment just like a man. It's only once children come into play do you start thinking about extra space and greater responsibility. So once that motivation gets removed from men, why would you expect them to build houses when you're not going to give them families to put the houses in?
That's the larger number.
David, that don't sound good, bro. Like
that's what I'm saying. Let him get it out. That's the larger number.
Even worse.
Hold on a second. That's the truth though, and the reason it's not because they just want men just are afraid to buy houses or anything. Like he said, when women usually have the children, that's when they start thinking about houses and blah blah blah. It's not just that men are afraid to buy homes, but it's a more of a practicality thing. And men are like a lot of men that are just single men. They be on the go. They want to go somewhere. They want to pick up and go. They may not have. It's not until for most men, it's not until they get a family that they really start making roots. Like, okay, I'm going to be here long term, and then they start finding a place to be somewhere long term. When they're single, they might move for work. They might do whatever, and they just don't see the need to have a home and be tied down to it. That right or wrong, that's just the mindset that just goes with it.
The house is where you put the women and children. Without the women and children, then you don't need the house. That's what I'm saying. So it's like blaming men for not solving a problem that you don't want to solve.
Wouldn't it be smarter to buy a house?
This is part of your generational wealth, but you should want to buy a house because of yourself. But I'm just saying,
generational wealth is to have a family to pass it on to.
Right. Listen, the only reason I want to buy a house right now is literally to leave it to my children. Because personally, I don't need a big house. What do I need a house for as a single man? The only value it has is that I can pass it on to my son, and maybe he can have a head start. But it's not that I need the house personally. And honestly, listen, without the children, there is just no need.
That's what legacy is. Legacy is children.
No! Legacy is you. You are the legacy. Your kids are the predecessors to your legacy. That's not what a legacy is. Legacy ain't got shit to do with no kids. Because you can have 500 kids and only 2 of them be successful. But it's not. Legacy is you. You are the legacy.
And I would like to add that this lack of planning is exactly why I say. This lack of planning is exactly why I say that Black men do not really want families. Men that want families, they have the planning structure. Like Shannon, he has the planning structure. He's saying, okay, I'm going to go ahead and buy the house for myself because I know I want legacy. I plan to have legacy. But men that don't plan, they don't want families.
So wait a minute, stop. Are you telling me? Are you telling me that in the history of men and women, the man had to be completely self-made in order for the women to respect him?
Before you used to get
what are you? That's how it has been. What are you talking about?
Okay. Hold on. Okay. So when I said earlier, why would you expect a man and a woman who are both poor and she's getting free shit? She doesn't have to respect him anyway. So why would they even work together? There's a lot of fundamental structural problems here, and you're just acting like the men are somehow not measuring up. No, you're poor and he's poor. Traditionally, the only way for y'all to get ahead is to work together. But you as a woman don't have to. And then you wonder why you can't get ahead.
You can't work with a man that does not have a plan. You cannot work with a man that doesn't have a plan.
Listen, you would work with him if your needs weren't being met already. That's the whole point. Your needs are already being met. So you don't have to work with him. Broke or not. If you're a broke woman, you don't deserve anything, but you get it for free. As a broke man, you just don't get it. You're just not going to get anything for free.
Why are you concerned with what a woman is getting?
Doesn't have a plan because he doesn't buy a house. That's a lie. Just to say because a man has bought a house to say he doesn't have a plan, that's a complete and utter lie. And to try to paint Black men as not having a plan or being family minded because they didn't buy a house is foolishness and a lie in and of itself. Like I said,
you should only be dating older men.
Hold on.
No, you should only date older men. That's what it is. Older men have the houses. So as a teenage woman, you should be dating an older man, get your house, problem solved. But you're not going to do that, are you?
You don't
The
have
K
to be
Polymath
older,
brother already
man.
spoke to what it truly is and why the immigrants beat us out of everything. Because they this notion
Because
that
they
you're
have a
supposed to be
plan.
the notion that you're supposed to be already have everything before you whatever is foolishness. All throughout history, people get together and they work together, the husband and the wife, towards their goal of whatever as a family. We do
Y'all,
not have or start families, which is the issue. You can take that's why men and women, and I've seen it, they have nothing, but they work together as a team and then they can build up whatever. We don't
JI,
have any
that's
families
what
or
I'm
any
saying.
family
And I'm
structure.
not just saying that in conjunction to buying a
No,
house.
you're
I'm saying
insulting
that
men.
even
You're
no,
insulting black
no,
men.
no,
I'm
I'm
not
not.
going for it.
I have
Yes, you
not
are.
insulted
I
black
already
men at
know what
all.
you're about, and I'm not going for it.
No,
Well, no, I
JI,
mean, this is the point
could you
Shannon raised.
please?
So I'm not going to say she's insulting men, but I just don't think it's a fair point to give women everything they need to keep a family together, and then look at the man and be like, well, why you think she ain't with you, bro? You just removed the basic necessity of a man from a woman's life, and now we're going to pretend like we don't understand why women act like they don't need
No,
men.
I heard what she said.
Okay,
She
okay.
said that the black men are not family
I
y'all,
think
minded. They
we got a
don't have plans.
misconception.
They don't
All
make
right.
plans,
Wow.
and that's
y'all.
why.
So,
And she said that the black women, she said that the women can't be with a man without a plan. I heard what she said. It's a lie. It's a
okay, so
blatant
let
lie.
me okay, so the
Hold on.
own
So, can I ask a question?
What?
go ahead.
You
So,
just cut
would
off
you
BMT.
allow your daughter to date a man who doesn't have a plan, who's not thinking about the future, who's not saving money, and who's out there, having mad
No,
girls
I
every
would vet
single
the
day?
man. I would
Would
vet
you
the
allow
man that my
your
daughter's
daughter
going
to
to
go
marry.
date her and tell her, you guys can work
I just
together?
said no.
And now she has to
AI,
take on
let her
that
finish.
burden.
I
She
already
has to
answered the
take on
question.
that burden. Listen, she has to take
What
that
do you
on.
mean by burden,
Why
though? What are
do
you
you
calling a burden?
because she's the one who has to come together and cultivate a plan. Because obviously
Specifically, what do you
he's
mean
still going
burden?
around and being wild. You have to go and try to
That's an
tame
assumption.
that man.
That's an assumption. What are you calling a burden,
No,
though?
that's what's
Specifically,
happening
what is
right
your
now.
burden?
What?
To
Oh my
answer your
God.
question, no, I would not. I'm going to vet the
And y'all
man that
kept
my
cutting
daughter
her off,
married.
man. Y'all can't keep cutting off people, man. Y'all don't like being cut off, but y'all kept cutting her off. That was very rude. I'm watching.
Excuse me.
You
Excuse
don't
me.
like being cut off. David, you don't like being cut off. Now, don't do that. Let her finish speaking. You can't say I'm answering her question. Don't do that. I don't like being cut off.
No,
Come on
creative. I
now.
want you to explain why you consider it a burden. I mean,
I
without
wouldn't
assuming. Well,
necessarily
hold
say
on,
it's a
wait.
burden, but
Without assuming that the man is doing something bad,
it's
because
like
the only way
birthing
you
a
can do that is
child.
to
'Cause
say
it's
the
like
man did something bad.
no, you're not listening. It's like you have to take on the child and teach a child how to all right, today we're gonna teach you how to save money. Maybe you shouldn't be doing
Well,
these kind of
hold
things.
on,
You have to go put structure into his life.
hold on. You're not talking about the same man. If you're saying that you want to get with a man who has a plan and has some kind of structure in his life, how is he now a child to you? If anything, you're a child to him.
I'm just giving an example for what J.I. was talking about. He said these men are not thinking about families if they're single. They're not thinking about any of that. They just
That's a
thinking about
lie.
living
That's
a
not what I
single
said.
life.
No.
So
We're
my
responding to what you
so
said, though. No. What you said was if
No,
your
hold on,
father.
David. She just lied on me. That's
One at a
not what I
time.
said.
One at a
you just
time. One
said
at a
that,
time.
J.I.
No, I
Didn't you
did
just
One
not.
at
say
a time.
that? You
No, I
just
did
said
not.
a man is single. He's not thinking about a family and a house unless he has a wife
That's
and the
not what I
children.
said.
I said that. I
That's
made that
exactly
argument,
what
and
you
and
said.
that's true. No, that
Everybody
is
on the
true.
panel heard
No, that's
you.
not what I said, creative.
Yes, you did.
No, I did
That was
not.
me, not him. And you can address
Hold
me
on,
with that
wait.
argument.
First of all, let me get this out the way. First of all, it's two of y'all that are talking when only one person needs to be responding back at a time. That's why
Well,
she's
she's
getting
got the
confused.
wrong person. She's literally saying he and
Okay,
him when I'm the one that made the argument. So I'm like, no, we can
right.
talk
You
about that.
understand what I'm saying? How it gets confusing when there's two people overlaying over each other, then she can't tell who she's responding back to. You get what I'm saying?
No, I think she
I'm
was
talking to you.
initially confused. She was confused when she made the statement. That's the whole point.
She addressed me,
Because
BMT, but she lied on me about what I said, and it's David that said what she's talking about.
this is why
Okay.
I'm
But
like,
she
no, we
lied
can
on
talk
me
about
because
that.
she's constantly lying on me.
Listen,
Well, both
okay.
of you guys kind of made the same argument, okay?
You
Let
see,
me
BMT,
ask
how
you
they can't
this.
even say I was wrong.
Let me address it. Let me address it. Right. I know. I get it. I'm just not going to go there. How about this though? If you as a woman aren't offering to be the wife and the mother, why should he come already with the house that you don't need?
women don't typically we're not the ones that ask to, for the marriage. Men are.
No, that's not that's not what I mean. No. As women, modern women are not offering themselves as wives and mothers. So like your average 18-year-old girl getting married to her high school boo is not on her mind. So why does he need to come with a house when you're not going to come
would
as a
marriage
wife and
at
a mother?
18
Because
is
you're going
quite
to be
young.
washed up after that. Because you're going to be washed up after that.
What?
So if you don't settle in
Washed
young,
up after 18?
as a woman, if you don't settle in young, that means you're just going to spend your life going from man to man.
That is not
Hell
true.
no.
That is a lie.
No. David, you're going down the dark slope, man.
Hold on. So wait a minute. Did we not just accept that most women are single? What do you think it is to be a single woman? Man to fucking man.
Yeah, you're right, David. Don't let them move you off your square. You're right, David.
Right, what are we talking about here? If you don't get married as a young woman, you will be sleeping around for the rest of your life.
That is not true.
Wait. Let me get at this. David, what 18-year-old boy has his shit together?
Well, this is what I'm saying. So get with older men and solve the problem then. Since you don't want to get with your hold on, wait. If you don't want to get with the men who are on your fucking level, then get an older man, make the deal, and shut up.
So let me get this.
A lot of younger women don't want to be with older men.
Okay, then. So work it out with your baby daddy and stop crying about your lot in life.
This is
BMT.
It's getting ridiculous now.
And this is where the manosphere rhetoric starts coming into play.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It's full time.
No, but here's why David is right. This is how societies have functioned and worked since the beginning of time. David's not crazy. You know you're not crazy, David. This is how it works. See, what we have here, and why I keep saying why it's not going to be fixed. Family used to be tied to your survival. It's not anymore. All we're saying is now women can do whatever they want, and the government will take care of them.
And that intimidates men.
Why are you cutting me off? Why are you cutting me off? You see how she keeps doing that when I'm making a point, and she keeps jumping in. Nobody's even talking to her. Now, David, what I was saying was, women have the ability to survive without the family unit. So everything that made sense, what we used to do when women used to be married young, and how it's been since the beginning of time, we don't do that anymore, and there's no reason for them to have to, other than to function normally and properly. They don't want to function properly. And they don't have to because the society's not going to force them to. So that's why this is never going to get fixed. It's a hamster wheel of their own destruction.
So let me ask this question. So what is this infatuation with men double the woman's age want with a younger woman instead of a woman that's equal to their peer? What is this infatuation?
Because you can start a family with younger women. You can't train you can't train an older woman who's already somebody. Yes, let me finish, please. You cannot train an older woman who's already somebody else's baby mama to get on your program. Fuck, I look like training somebody else's baby mama to work under my program. It's not gonna work. So you're better off getting a younger woman. You get a younger woman who's willing to accept the deal. Did your boss train you how to do your job?
Okay.
Let me make the point since you think I'm being an asshole. Ladies, I'm sure you're
old
talking
about two different things. A husband is not a boss. We're talking about two different things now. You cannot equate a husband to a boss.
So your husband ain't your boss.
The husband to a boss. The Bible says
no. My husband was not my boss.
So you got a husband and a boss.
Obey your husband.
No, I don't.
Why are you bringing up the Bible? You should be the last.
Because most people, I'm bringing up the Bible because most people claim to be Christian in America. That's why I'm bringing up. That's why I'm bringing up the Bible.
I don't believe in the Bible.
Because most people claim to be Christian in this country, so that's why I'm bringing up the Bible.
Well, there are no Christians on this panel.
If y'all don't, then okay. But most people
even without the Bible,
their beliefs from the Bible is why I brought that up.
Even without the Bible, the reason why I use the word train is a very simple thing.
Because that's what it is.
As a man, you as a woman don't know what I expect from you out the gate. I have to tell you what it is that makes me happy, that will keep you in my good graces. That is training. You don't like the sound of
But
it, but that's literally what it is. So
that is
as
part
a
of the
man,
vetting
wait, wait, wait,
process.
wait,
That's
wait,
the
wait a
vetting
minute.
Don't
But
move. Don't
process.
right,
move
but
off the
right. Now
cliff.
wait,
Vetting.
wait a
You
minute.
don't
We're
look
talking
at
about
women
older
as an
men.
absolute
We're
woman.
talking
Man.
about why older men
Okay,
pick
wait.
younger women,
Run
and
that.
it's
Okay,
because
David.
Don't
that
move
is
off the cliff,
easier.
David.
It is because
It
it's
Okay,
sounds like
easier. That
grooming.
process
It
is
sounds like
easier.
you want somebody that you can control and groom.
You
Yes, I
do
want
groom
to
okay.
a woman
control
to
you.
be your
Yes,
wife.
I want
You
control. I want
do
control.
groom a woman
Okay,
to be your
okay.
wife.
Yes,
Wait.
that's
That's a
pretty
woman.
sad.
You will get that.
That's pretty sad.
Thank you.
Grooming is not a
Now,
negative word.
okay, thank you. Okay, Shannon, you can give your response. Then after that, then I'm gonna allow J.I. to say what he has to say. Y'all keep. I'm gonna get a clock for y'all for 2 minutes. Y'all been going on some long ass rants and shit. 2 minutes.
Yes, do the clock, BMT. Do the clock.
This
It
is
wouldn't be
why
a
I'm
rant if they
always.
wouldn't
If you
interrupt.
cut somebody off during the talk, you're going to lose your goddamn time. You lose 30 seconds off your time. So go ahead, Shannon. You heard what David said.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
this is why it seems like I'm trolling all these channels and stuff, but I'm really not. I blame my generation because they got this crap. I'm Gen X. This is the problem. When I hear the conversations, this is why a lot of us, a very small few of the manosphere people that didn't want women in the space. The conversations have gotten to where niggas' existence depends on this female. Man, all the shit, your house, your car, your money, your success, all that is you. You don't need these bitches to be doing all this different crap. All this with the, it's like niggas won't even start to get their life together until the bitches in their life. Like, come on, man. This is getting ridiculous. Like, do your own thing. Be a man first. Have a house. Have a car. Have your career. Have your 401k. Don't sit up here and try to be in tech when you're 40-something years old. You should have a career when you're in your 20s. All this stuff, the female is not part of none of this. Like, these women don't have no power. It's just a bunch of horny little niggas running around here getting people pregnant. It's not just Pookies. It's all of us. Everybody. I'm talking about the nigga in the hood, the dude in college. Everybody's doing the same thing. In the black community, everybody's doing the same thing. There is no difference. Because what people do is you get the college kids or call themselves nerds. They're doing what the hood niggas do too, and then they mask themselves behind the hood niggas. So kill that. This is what the majority of us doing. Black men don't want no families. They ain't running around here trying to get married. All that's a bunch of foolishness. The numbers reflect that. They just want coochie.
The
But
one
all
thing
the
I think
rest of the
that's
stuff,
being left out, Shannon, once upon a time as a man, I'm sorry. Go.
Mm-hmm. See, David?
men, build up yourself. Don't worry. These women they really what they're doing. Women are trolling. That's what they're doing. They know that most of the men need them. So they make all these arguments. They know that. They know that you won't even get your life or start to get your life together until they end your life. And then they're on their own mission, just like the men should be. That's why it seems like the roles have switched, that women are acting manly, because in reality, yes, they're doing what they're supposed to do. They don't care about you being in their life. They want a baby, come over, nigga, and give me a baby. And the nigga will be right there to do it. What happens is niggas still 2022 are sitting here doing it for them. Like, why would you know you're gonna lose? Why'd you get her pregnant? Oh shit, the bitch was supposed to. That's where it starts, right there. And she's like, man, these niggas here are stupid. Like, why would you get me pregnant? She should have. Man, we need to stop, man. All this about this black community, it's not new. This happened before my generation, but my generation really kicked it up. That's where all these stats everybody keeps repeating from, that's where they're coming from. They're coming from my generation. Wasn't nobody thinking about families. I swear to God they weren't. So we can start there. Men, do your own thing. Build your own wealth, build everything. All right, sorry, BMT.
No, it's all good, Shannon. I know you had that built up in you. All right.
All right, you said I'm at whoa.
You got 2
All
minutes.
right, so here's the misconception of what's going on. Nobody's saying that men can't do things without women or whatever. We're saying when men have different responsibilities, they move differently. That's the only point that's being made. If you're a single man, you're just out here living life or whatever. A lot of them don't feel the need to go get a house, go get all that space or whatever for just them, because it's just them. You just move differently. You can't. That's 30 seconds. I get 30 seconds at it. BMT. All right. You can't expect people who are in different walks of life, just like people who have children move differently than people who don't have children. That's just what it is. Depending on what you have going on in your life, you move differently. Nobody's saying that men need women for anything. Number one. Number two, they're using this groom word and they're trying to use it in negative connotation. You groom people for leadership. You groom people for success. All that means is all groom means is to teach somebody to behave in a certain way for whatever goal you have for them to reach. Women used to be groomed to be wives from birth. They would learn how to cook by their mothers. Their mothers would groom them to be wives. They would learn how to cook, how to clean, how to iron, how to do all the traditional wifely duties, not just whatever duties. Hey, this is how you speak to him, speak to a man when he's like this. This is how blah blah blah. They used to be groomed to be wives. They no longer are. Now what you have is grown adults trying to figure it out, and it's not working. The stats reflect that it's not working. They keep trying to lie and put it on black men. It's not on black men. There are no wives to be had for these black men, to the tune. Black women don't care what black men are saying. And we heard it on this panel today. When black men tell black women what they want of them, black women receive it as slavery. And they feel like you're asking them to be a slave. We heard it on the panel today. And men cannot work with that. Men aren't going to bend the knee to that. Men aren't going to accept that. And then men want family still so bad, they go travel overseas trying to find it. That's how strong the drive is for men to have family. That was not 2 minutes, BMT.
That was literally 2 minutes. I know. It's hard to believe.
That was not 2 minutes.
That was 2 minutes, bro.
It went on too long as far as I'm concerned.
That was not 2 minutes.
I know.
It felt like 20 minutes.
Do one of you ladies have a rebuttal? Can we just keep it moving? One of you ladies have a response?
It is 2 minutes. It is set for 2 minutes.
BMT, you got to get the clock on the screen.
Oh my God. It's like
we don't trust BMT on the clock. We don't trust BMT to run the numbers.
I literally walked off to go get a whole goddamn charger for the goddamn clock.
That was not 2 minutes.
Well, let me actually turn the argument on its head though, because I hear what you're saying, Shannon, and it sounds logical. Here's the thing, I question it. This is where the rubber hits the road, right? Let's assume that you're absolutely correct. The average 18-year-old, the average 20-year-old is not buying a house. So fine, I'll grant you that argument. Let's say there is that man. He's 20 years old. He's already, like, I don't know how you're 20 something with your career going. Like are you in college with your career going? Like, it doesn't sound right to me. But whatever. Let's just assume that you've hit all the major goals in life, and now you're actually ready to lead a family. Do you really think that there's a crop of women that he can marry in the black community?
Yes. Why isn't there?
Well, because for one, women don't necessarily want what he wants. Like, you being married, you ladies just question getting married at 18. Like, what age do you think a woman should settle down and get married? Because if you got a dude that's at 20, let's say he's just flat 20, right? You're 20, he's 20. You don't think 20-year-old women should get with him? You're not ready to settle down yet.
Like he's too young too.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, this is. But this is what I'm saying, Shannon. There are no women for those men anyway. So why in the fuck are they buying houses for these women? They don't
You buy a house
exist.
for yourself.
You
don't need it though. This is like I get.
Why would you need it?
I get what you're saying. You're right. You don't need a big house if you're not putting a family, because you're not putting a family in it.
So you don't have a house of your own because you don't have a wife and kids.
No, you have your apartment and your nice car that girls like.
That's an investment property. What about
That's what I'm talking about. This talk about women. No,
no, it's not about women. No, Shannon. It's not
SKC
women.
had a thing, or black
Where
men
the clock at,
hypersexual.
BMT?
Yes. And hoes. That's what they
It's not about women, Shannon.
That's the way it was in my generation. Everything is about women.
No. Slow down. You got me wrong. I promise you got me wrong.
We need some order.
I am not arguing in favor of men just going out and sleeping around. I'm not arguing for men sleeping around. What I'm saying is, no, please let me finish, please. Because they cut me off so many times. Like, literally, the whole panel started talking.
David, nobody tell you to ask questions to Shannon and everybody else. You wanted to go ask the question. You should have did your thing like they and just talk. You want to ask questions and get rebuttals.
You
Come on now.
you just said, listen, I can ask a rhetorical question to make the point. That is, there
That
are
don't
no
mean your
women for
time. That
these
don't mean your
men.
time is not going, David. That does not mean your time is going.
I know I'm still manipulating the clock because I'm saying these women don't want those men.
Oh, and
Next
he
person.
admits
Go ahead.
he
Go
admits.
ahead.
Don't be
Who's
mad. I'm
next?
better at this.
Go ahead. He
David,
was
I
trying to.
promise.
He understood the clock was still going. All right. Go ahead. Who wants to go next? Charlene, Faith. Who wants to go?
Okay, I'll go. I'm a rebuttal J.I. and hood conservative.
Now hold
So
on.
J.
I'm letting y'all know. Hold up. Before y'all start, please, y'all listen. I know y'all feel like y'all have to rebut. If she does not ask you a question and she's just talking and y'all interrupt her, I'm gonna take some time off of you. Please.
What if she's lying on us though, BMT? Because she lies a lot on me.
Just hold your tongue. Hold on, J.I. Just hold on. Hold
Because she
on,
lies
J.I.
on me often.
No, J.I. You'll be okay. You will be okay. Shannon is here. David is here. Faith is here. Nobody's going to get you. Nobody's going to get you. Charlene cannot. She just talks her shit. Faith is not going to get at you. I promise y'all. Go ahead. Go ahead, Charlene.
Okay, so I just want to rebuttal J.I. and her conservative argument. So J.I. talks about the whole grooming process to get a woman to groom. Today's women, we're very empowered. Like, we're going to school. We have hopefully both parents in the household. We got people encouraging us, inspire us to do our dreams and stuff. And you're telling me, as a functional adult who has inspirations and desires, who is well balanced and functional, is gonna step down to fit herself small into a box, to fit the standards of some guy who doesn't even know what he wants to achieve in life. That is a lot you asking a woman to do. And I'm gonna let you know she's not going to do that. And in today's world, it's all about compromise, As women we don't have to rely on men necessarily for money. We could achieve our own money. So more when we get with a guy, we actually looking to find a life partner, a partner in life, somebody who we can rely on, somebody who's going to have our back, someone who cares about us and who loves us. Nobody is in a desperate position looking for a man. No, we're not living in that time frame. We're living in a time frame where everyone is empowered and we all can make conscious decisions. So that whole grooming process, I don't think that's going to work. But you can find a woman who really loves you and who wants to make you happy. And you're going to have to compromise with her too, because if you love her, you will want to make her happy. And I think that's what we're like losing it there. We don't want to compromise. I feel like it's a hard line and we're not trying to cross it. We have to compromise. And I forgot what hood conservative said, but yeah, that's all I got to say.
Right on time, Charlene. Right on time. Right on
And that's the
time.
point right there. They don't want to be wives. They want to be partners, and men want wives.
Let's
So she made my point.
get it over.
Right, but we're supposed to come with houses and everything ready. Y'all don't even want the
Let's
shit.
get it over to Faith. Thank you. We'll get it over to Faith. Faith, you ready?
Okay, I am ready. Finally, I get a chance to say my piece. I agree wholeheartedly with both Shannon and with Charlene, because guys, you guys have to step into the new the new age of the new time of where we at now. You guys are stuck with a 1950s, 1960s mindset, and you're trying to use that in a modern world. You seem to be intimidated by a woman's ability to take care of herself, and that's just not going to hit it. No woman is going to be destitute until she finds a husband. She's going to have to be able to go out here and work, whether she works or whether she gets some assistance to help take care of herself. However she takes care of herself before she meets you should be none of your concern, to be honest, as long as the woman is able to take care of herself. I think that you guys want a society where women are completely poor, completely destitute, can't do anything for themselves, and they're out here crawling and groveling and licking the ground trying to find a man to take care of them. And that's just not the society that we live in today. Thank God. Thank God women do have more opportunities. We could actually stand to have more. like as far as Black women, we really need equal pay across the board, because right now we make even less even than white women at this point. So, I'm looking forward to things getting even better for women. I mean, we haven't even scraped the surface of what things that women can get, or benefits that women can get that could empower them and better their lives. You guys just don't want any type of woman empowerment. You are very, very triggered by it. You're intimidated by it. And that doesn't spell out leadership. White men don't seem to have any problem with empowering their women. They know that, even with their women having these extras, as you say, these benefits, as you say, they are still men who are capable of leading their women. But you guys, you feel as if these women have these entitlements or these benefits or anything extra, why is it that you feel that you can't lead the women in today's society? What is going on with that mindset? It seems to me like all other men, they have no intimidation factor whatsoever, none. Even, like I said, men coming in overseas and getting welfare for their families and being head of the household on those welfare rolls. Black men could have done the same thing right
2
here. We
minutes.
just didn't want to.
That's 2
Oh,
minutes.
let me jump on that. Please let me
All right,
respond
no,
to
hold
that.
on. No, it's back to me.
Go ahead.
It is my turn. I will put 2 minutes on me. I'm going to put 2 minutes on me. I'm going to put 2 minutes on
Okay.
me, myself. Okay? That way I don't want to cheat nobody for anything. Okay? I'm going to honestly say this. I do not see people totally trying to get homes. If they can opt out of the household family deal and get then let's just make it work deal, we're in that type of post society. This is not just modern women. We're also dealing with modern men. Society does not require that of marriage. Society does not require that of an ironclad family. Yes, other societies, other groups do come here, but within the second or third generation, that starts to falter apart. And then their children fall into society of this class, and they start, well, what do I need that other group for if I can independently do it for myself? We live in a society where you don't have to have the other half. You can actually do it on your own. And I know a lot of people don't like hearing that, but all of y'all on this panel, there's nobody paying y'all bills. Y'all are paying your own damn bills. I would honestly tell you, even as for me as a parent, you shouldn't be dating if you need somebody to help you pay your bills, make your car note, help you deal with your rent or your mortgage. Then holistically, you are never financially or mentally stable. That's the problem with society right now. Like, a lot of people are trying to get with people and they themselves don't have their shit together, but they want that other person to be the support beam for that of their bullshit. I don't agree with it at all. I think that's why we're having a faltering disaster of what people are making mistakes, and they don't want that to receive that of the consequence that they do. It's a failed flaws mindset that men and women are both participating in. So that's my time right there. See, I even timed
All right.
myself.
Let me push back against this lie that they keep saying that we want. I do not want women destitute, pouring around, whatever. I said I want financial abortion for men, and I want to abolish child support and abolish the family courts. That is not anything, whatever. I said if a woman wants to have a child, she should have it, but a man shouldn't have to pay for it if he didn't want to have it. Period. And that actually promotes families. The reason they keep trying to spin this lie is because they're liars. Now, women don't have to do whatever they don't want in America, because what BMT said is 100% right. They can live 100% by themselves. They can provide for themselves. So why are they complaining? If they can provide for themselves and are doing just fine, why are they complaining? Why are women complaining it's no good man, it's blah, 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 it's whatever. Oh, I need somebody to help me. It's because they're struggling. Most of them are doing just enough to get by. They're struggling. They're like treading water, trying not to drown. And it's because they don't have a partner, because life was meant, the system is set up for couples. That's just the reality of it. Yes, you can get by on your own, but it's set up for couples. And the majority of couples are not coupling in the Black community. So when these women talk about they want to be partners and blah, blah, men aren't checking for that. When they try to say that you're stuck in the 1950s mindset, but well, y'all just aren't going to have husbands. A lot of y'all aren't just going to have husbands. Some women will later in life, get some kind of situationship husband just, later after they done already ruined their life and did it wrong. Some people, may get something lucky on the back end. But the reality is y'all just aren't going to have husbands. And that's what our community reflects. All right, y'all going to keep having kids that nobody wanted. All right, y'all going to keep putting yourselves in horrible situations. And a lot of y'all just aren't going to have husbands because y'all looking for partners. Y'all just going to have to find somebody who can go for that. And most men that y'all want aren't going for that type of nonsense.
Time. Okay. All right. You guys, like I said, we have gone to 2 hours, 34 minutes, 41 seconds with an amazing crowd. Listen, you guys, first I want to thank everyone. I'm not going to cut everybody off. I want everybody to get their final thoughts, which I will give them through 3 hours. Yeah, I think he doesn't know that. He agrees with Cynthia G. That is some of Cynthia G's talking points. So yeah, that's interesting.
Who are you saying agrees with Cynthia G? Which in particular? I mean, who in particular?
No, I don't know.
No, I mean, who is the person talking? Who is he talking about on the
I think
panel?
they're talking about J.I.
Yeah, they're talking about J.I. They're saying J.I.'s stuff is actually lining up with Cynthia G's stuff.
Yeah, I try to stop that, but I let people talk. I've been.
Yeah,
That's why I was telling you about the superhero, about Cynthia G, the Manosphere supervillain. Because a lot of people, y'all don't sit there and listen to her talking points. Cynthia's talking points are the Manosphere talking points in reverse. She doesn't do anything but switch the genders. That's how she gets 100,000 subscribers. She doesn't make up any talking points.
My talking points. How does what I said align with what she said?
She said, "Don't birth you niggas. Don't birth the women.
Don't birth y'all niggas. Delete y'all niggas."
Yeah.
My 50 Cent voice. Delete y'all niggas.
And when did that come up? When did I say that?
Financial
you talk about the community
abortion.
every fucking time.
That's about money. No.
Every fucking time.
Financial abortion is about money. Like the baby's still gonna be alive, so that's not what that means.
So you cool with the random baby making?
No, you want to kill the baby.
Am I cool? So no. Slow down. One at a time. One at a time.
Because the topic of the show is families. Do black men want families? So you cool with random baby making?
Anything about killing babies? I said if a man does not want a child with a woman, he should be able to financially abort his responsibility.
So you cool with random baby making too?
Exactly.
No, honestly, I think both people should be locked into their responsibilities.
That don't sound like you was trying to get married. That sound like you don't want to pay child support for babies.
Why would the woman be having children by men?
That's why I be trying to cut y'all off. Y'all are actually proving the talking point. Y'all are proving that black men don't want families. You just don't want to pay child support, but that ain't.
That's not what that means. See, y'all are ignorant.
So
y'all
why would you want to
break it down for us?
How do you make a baby mama?
I will break it down for you. Because y'all are ignorant. So let me break it down for you.
I am. Yeah, teach me.
He just ad hominem attack. He just called us ignorant.
No, I am. No. Let him teach me. Teach me.
Hold on. Because y'all just lied and said that my talking points are Cynthia G's talking points. No, because y'all just lied on me and said that my talking points were Cynthia G's talking points, and Creative Solutions lied and said that I wanted the kids to be killed, which is a lie. I speak about the financial side of things, which has nothing to do with birthing the child. And what I said is, and what I've always said is, women should not be having children with men who are not their husbands. And just because a man has sex with a woman does not mean he wants to be with that woman. So a man can financially abort a child from a woman that he had no desire for a relationship with, and he can still go marry a woman that he actually desires to have a family with and have a family with that woman. It does not mean that man doesn't want a family. It means that man was not attached to that woman, and that woman was not his wife, and she was just a jump off, and he should be able to financially abort just like they have the right to abort.
What about child? Random baby making?
Let me explain to y'all how this is different from Cynthia, because y'all are slow. Let me explain it for you. Let me walk it through.
How was the baby made? I want to know how was the baby made? What was the situation?
We already know how the baby was made because they had sex.
So that's random baby making.
That's not random baby making.
Yo, random
It's not.
baby making
So
is
you
the
That's how
woman's
you
y'all
wanted
problem.
the
view it.
child.
Shannon,
That's
that's the
how
woman's
y'all
problem.
view it.
Period.
That's not how
Her
I
body.
view it. Y'all view it like that because it's a biological function. I don't view it like that. I view it
Now,
as the child can only be born if the woman allows for the child to be born for herself to get pregnant. So that's her
question,
choice.
yeah.
And I
Can
believe
I ask a
men
Her
should have a
body,
choice
her
as well.
choice, right?
You're not
Her body,
listening to
her
Exactly.
yourself.
choice.
Can I
No,
can I
no,
You're
ask a
not.
it's
Y'all are
her
not
question?
body, her
listening to
choice.
yourself.
Can I
Shannon,
ask
no,
a
So
question?
okay,
Shannon, why
I'm
why
listening.
is it
Can I,
how is her
can I ask
body
a
her
question?
choice
I'm
and
gonna
not
hand
the
that over.
point here?
Can I ask a
how
question?
does she get
Go
pregnant?
ahead,
Does a
BMT.
stork bring the baby?
Go
Her
ahead, BMT.
choice. No, no, she got pregnant by her choice. What part of that is so
So I
complicated?
pull my
Okay,
weenie out
okay.
and I just
So
nut in the air,
wait.
and
Let
these
me ask you a
women better
question.
not catch it.
No, 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 no. She chose to have the weenie inserted in her. She chose that. That was a choice.
But
So
She
he
wanted
I
to.
you
chose
You
to insert
that's what
his
I'm talking
weenie
about. Listen
inside
to
of
what you're
her.
saying.
right?
So did the
What am
guy
I
do it?
saying? She chooses dick, bro. What's so complicated
Babe,
about
So,
that?
babe,
so
Women
babe, babe,
if
choose
the
dick.
guy
So a
didn't the
girl
guy choose
randomly comes up
babe,
to
they
you,
won't
hey
let
man,
that.
come get this. You go get it and nut in her,
They won't
and
let
Let
she
me
her.
better not get
ask
That's on
pregnant.
AI a
her. Her body, her
question.
choice.
That's on
Her
her.
Okay,
her body,
listen.
her choice.
Listen. I don't want to
Whoa.
be a
You
jerk.
cannot make this stuff up. This is
Let me ask
ridiculous.
JI a
Go ahead,
question.
ask him, BMT.
Ask you a question, JI. Then after
Yes.
that, then somebody else can get a response. And then after that, David can give that latter of the response. We're gonna have it back and forth, okay? That way I know, okay. Now, JI,
Yes,
y'all
sir.
were saying that an 18-year-old, you gotta marry her quickly or her body's gonna be used up. Okay. But then I'm asking this question. What is that man doing till he's 30? Is he reserving himself to that? Is he reserve if he's holding himself back from sex while he's
No, it's a
30?
double standard.
So it's a double standard. So the man can
Yes.
have sex all he wants, but the woman, she's supposed to get married at 18.
I'm saying that men having sex and women having sex is completely different.
Oh, okay.
Men and it's just a double standard. And I know some people may disagree, whatever. It's a double standard. But what I'm saying is the 18 thing is just that was just a number that was thrown out. Generally, a woman's true value is her youth and her beauty. That's a woman's true currency.
That's
Women
it.
should get women's true currency is her youth and her beauty. Women
And her
that want
brain.
to be married, right? Women that want to be married, they need to get married younger. That's when they're most valuable. This is what nature has given us since the beginning of time. I understand why people try to argue against it. What we live in today is a society that's not marriage minded. So women don't have to submit to that. Just like Creative Solutions said, they can go to college and do whatever they want, whatever. They don't have to start a family. So they don't start a family. That doesn't change the fact that the time that they're the most valuable for marriage is in their youth. That doesn't change that fact.
Now, JI, I'm asking the
Yes.
question. You want the woman to be disciplined, but you don't want the men to be disciplined?
I said this is a double standard. So
That's what he said.
women having the disciplines are in different areas.
Can I
It's
ask a
just a
question
double
after
standard.
this?
Now, if you're talking
Yes.
about sexually disciplined BMT, no, it's not the same thing. A man going to have sex with a bunch of women is not the same thing as a woman going to have sex with a bunch of men. In my opinion, it lowers a woman's value when she goes off and has sex with all these men. In my opinion, it does not lower a man's value to have sex with a bunch of women. It's just a double
So who are
standard.
they having sex with?
They're having sex
Right.
with
That
women.
was my
They're
actual
having
next
sex with
question, because
women. And
Okay,
if
they're
you're
having
having
sex with
all of
women,
these,
so they're lowering the women's value.
that's those
right.
women's choice.
Faith, go ahead. Ask
So
the
what
question.
women
Always
need to
been
do is
around
stop
why.
having sex.
They've
Wait,
always
let's
I
they have
can't ask my
listen.
question. I really
There have
can't.
always been whores in society. There have
wait,
always in every
okay.
society. There's always been a portion that were whores. That's just the way it goes.
Okay.
Wow, bless your heart.
So hold on. So
That's
let
a
me give it.
fact.
Okay, Faith. I'm gonna give you a rapid round of questions. You can point it towards anybody you want, except me. Ask anybody a question. They have to answer the question. This is Faith's rapid round. All right, you guys, you ready? Faith is gonna ask y'all a question. Don't punk out of it. Also, thank you for the super chat, Doug. JI, so I can bust in a woman raw, stick that woman with a child, and sign a waiver form, and I'm free from child support.
BMT, let me answer him because he addressed me, and that's only fair, right? So,
Yes.
Doug, if for financial abortion, yes, because the other half of that equation is a woman who chose to have that child. Just because you busting her doesn't mean that you want to have a child with her. And why would a woman, if you're just busting her and just gonna leave her or whatever, and she's not tied to you, not married to you, whatever, why would she choose to have that child? Now, I believe she should have the right to, because my body, my choice. So if she wants to do that, she should be able to do that. But just like if she didn't want to do that, she wouldn't have to have it. Yes, you should be able to sign a waiver and be free from child support. Easy answer. All right, go ahead, sir.
Faith, are you ready for wrap
Okay.
around?
Yeah, I am. I just wanted to ask JR, it's along the same lines of what Shannon had asked him, because it seems to me as if you're saying that this is a double standard and that a woman's value is she's pretty much lowered because she has all these different sexual partners and a man's isn't. But if you're going around sleeping with all these women, aren't you messing up the same dating pool that you would be looking for a woman to find marriage in? Because just think about it. If all men had your mindset and everybody's just out here rapid firing on all these women, then what woman would be left over that's going to be decent for marriage?
Is that okay? So that's your question
Black
to
community.
me. All right, so I'm gonna answer it. The answer to the question is simple. There's always been, first off, if a woman is a marriage-minded woman and she wants to be chaste and pure and keep her virginity or whatever, a man can't force her to lose it. So men are only sleeping with women that are willing to sleep with them. Men aren't forcing this to happen. So the women, there've always been a population of women that were whores and men slept with them or whatever, and then they went to a different section of women to find wives. That's the history of the world since the beginning of time. So what we have now is no women are in the wife department, and they all have just moved over into the whore department. That's just what's come as of recently with, you know, the degradation of this country and the feminism and all that and the free sex and all that. That's a new thing. So if a woman wants to be chaste and keep herself and reserve herself for marriage, no amount of me sleeping with women is going to change that. That woman is still going to be that reserved woman. I'm not forcing her to not be that woman. For her to be out here sleeping with me and sleeping around, which is all dating is, we call it nice words like dating. It's really just running up your body count. That's just what it is. If she wasn't on that, then she wouldn't be out here on the market to get ran through. So you can't make a woman a run through. That's not a run through. That's the answer.
Okay, so you're basically saying that majority of the women on the market are ran through. So you're basically saying that there's no marriageable women in the market.
There are very few marriageable women, but men understand in this day and age in this society that the women that they're with are going to have bodies on them. Men understand because of the environment that we live in. If you want a wife, the older you get, especially if you're over 20, the likelihoods of you finding a virgin it's nil, unless you go back to the 18 thing and you find like some rare 18-year-old that's a virgin. But if you're dating around your age range and you're over 20, men understand that the likelihood of them finding a virgin is nil. So that's just
Okay,
something that
so
men accept. But that doesn't change the fact that men don't want their women to be ran through, even though
okay,
in this
but
society
okay,
they
but
accept
you
it more.
you do see how ridiculous this sounds. You don't want your woman to be ran through, but you're messing up the dating pool yourself, running through all the women.
That's not messing up the dating pool. You don't accept the answer that I gave you, and that's okay. But I gave you the answer.
That is literally what you just said, though.
No.
So I mean, I
told
am
you.
accepting the answer that you gave me. You literally just said that it's a double standard. You don't care.
Yes.
And that all of the women basically are all messed up. And because you're out here messing up the dating pool, now you want to go and get somebody's unsuspecting 18-year-old daughter because you messed up the dating pool.
No, that's not what I said. I said that these women are ran through. If a woman wants to be chaste, all right, and keep herself intact for marriage, no amount of me running through women out here is going to change that, because she's not going to be out here getting run through. She's going to be doing what she's doing, keeping herself chaste, and she's not going to be victim to any man running through her, because she's not out here allowing men to run through her. What part of that do you not understand? A man
Okay,
cannot
well,
force a woman to have sex.
understand that, but you also
Women are not choosing to be chaste. Is the point.
Hold on, but do you really want a chaste woman?
Yes.
Do you want the woman that you can run through? Because it seems to me like if the woman will allow you, you will run through her.
For a wife, yes, you want the chaste woman. Yeah, that is the more
But
preferable
if you're
thing.
but if you're but if you're out here running
Wow.
through all the women, who are you going to marry?
No accountability.
What did I just tell you? In this society, men have accepted that most women are not virgins anymore, so they try to pick the best option that they can from what's available. But if men had their choice, most men will pick virgins. That is why virginity was so sacredly guarded since the beginning of time. That's what this is. This is not anything new. If you ask any man, he will not say, "Hey, I want a woman that's just run through." All men will tell you that they want a woman that is chaste. They want to be her first. They want to be able to be that
Okay,
if
all
it's
right. Well,
possible. What are we not
I get you. I
understanding?
get you, Ji. I do want to pass on the question to Hood Servative. Hood Servative, do you agree with Ji and what he's saying?
Oh, absolutely. It's about equality. Y'all don't want to be equals. You want to have the upper hand. So the whole financial abortion thing is really to restore the idea of equality between the sexes. And even then, that's not an equal position because remember, no matter what your feelings tell you, you are killing your child. And the man is simply saying, I don't want to pay for something that I don't have any authority over. Those are two radically different positions. There is no moral high ground for you. So
Well,
yeah,
no,
I
no, no,
do
no,
stand
no,
with
no.
JI.
I'm asking about Ji's position on chaste women and it being a double standard, and that men can run through as
It's
many women as they want, but at the same time, they still can, have the right to demand that a woman be chaste.
it's a biological double standard, meaning that this is how we are baked. Like this is literally what we are made of, right? So you take away government and all this modern luxury, right, and just have man, woman existing in nature, where it was literally like you had to build your own house and all that type of stuff. As a man, the woman is not buying my fidelity in the sense of like you're not buying my purity. That as a woman, your natural instinct is not to look for purity in a man. And frankly, a pure man is a man who hasn't handled anything in the world. So that is a turnoff for you as a woman. As women, you don't like the idea of men who other women don't like. So like, it's a weird double standard, but it's a biological double standard that both sides impose in their own way. Women don't like male virgins. A woman, the idea of a man never touched a woman and you're like 25, that's weird for a woman. Like, what's wrong with you? But for a man, if you're a girl who hasn't ever touched a dude at 25, it's like, oh, you've been holding the line. Like, okay, you're made of something. This might be worth investing in because what a man is buying from a woman is her loyalty and the certainty of his children. Because you got to understand, outside of modern technology, the only way to be sure that she had your child is to have sex with a virgin and to keep her away from other men. That's the only guarantee. And even then, that's not a guarantee, but that's the best we can do. So it's a biological thing. Men are not really, women don't require men to be virgins because it doesn't serve your purpose. You know the baby's yours. The thing you need from him is protection and provision. And virgins are probably not good at that.
Wow. Last question. So, do you believe that in men being able to just run through women, that basically do you think that you're not messing up your own dating pool?
This is why I was joking about this earlier, and I'm still gonna do this stream. I have to. It's on my chest. Like that shit is on my spirit now. Why women need to be oppressed. I can break it
Wait,
down in
wait,
mathematical.
David.
Let him finish. Let him
David,
finish. Please.
Why are y'all
Please let him
professing on
finish.
my channel? Why do y'all?
Please.
You know what?
No,
The
BMT,
fact
don't
that you
stop him. Don't stop him. Go ahead.
the fact that you want me to finish makes me so proud of you. Here's the thing. Without oppressing women, women will just have sex with whomever, and there will be babies by whomever, and they will feel no responsibility. Look at how you laid the question out to me. Do I believe in men running through women as if the women are not giving agreement to be ran through? Who is more of the problem? The man who can have sex with multiple women or the women who are willing to have sex with multiple men? One of these people is
Wow, no
operating on skill.
accountability.
One of
Wait,
these
wait,
people
hold
is
on.
operating on
Let him keep
skill.
going. Let him
BMT,
keep going, y'all. Let him
stop,
keep
Listen,
stop,
going.
respect that
like
comment.
it or not, like it or not, as a man, being able to have sex with multiple women is like a social skill. For a woman, having sex with multiple men is lazy and cheap.
No,
You at
hold on.
least should get
BMT, you
paid
gotta
for it.
address that comment that they made about us. That's out of pocket. That comment that you
Yes,
pulled
you
up,
know what? I'll
BMT.
go even
Ji
further. I'll go even
No, no,
further.
please.
no, no,
An
no.
honest,
Keep going. Keep
an
going.
honest professional hooker is more valuable than a lying thought. At least she knows her place.
BMT, you gotta address that comment. They can't. They
No,
ought to
no,
be
no.
blocked or something. They shouldn't be able to just say
Please.
egregious stuff like that about us and with no kind of foundation or anything. That's out
Okay,
of line.
don't look at the chat, Ji.
BMT pulled it up. I'm
I'm
not looking
sorry.
at the chat. He pulled it up. I'm talking to BMT.
Okay, so pretty much the comment came out. BMT, why do you give a platform to these pedos? I understand having different opinions, but these Andrew Tate idiots always use the same weirdo arguments. They need to get laid and stay away from kids. Okay.
Now nobody was even talking about kids.
Okay,
But
nobody
for them
mentioned
to
children.
allege,
Okay,
for them
now,
to allege something egregious like
this is
that,
towards
they gotta
me.
be.
Ji. This is towards me. Thank you. Okay. So now I had to cam up. So I respectfully, for almost about 7 years now, have been running these platforms. Now I've actually had some people, Faith and Shannon, Ji, and Hood Servant, and different other people can attest to that. We have had people who have come on here and who have admitted to abusing children. Have they not? And we've called them out. We dealt with them. I talk to any and everybody from all the sectors of YouTube. I know you may not agree with that of their talking point. Okay? None of them have ever talked about dealing with that of an underage adolescent child. I've never heard David, never heard Ji, never heard any man on this panel ever talk about touching that of an underage adolescent. They're actually against that. Like they had no problem when Kyle was killing them pedos. I didn't have no problem with Kyle killing them pedos either. Okay. I know Faith, Shannon, Charlene, they're far against that. I do not condone that. However, I also do not mind having a conversation. David used to come to my panel. I said, David, go start your own shit. Go get your shit. I think you got a chance on this type of YouTube shit. David, what you do later on? David started his own channel. I'm so proud of David. Ji, go start your financial abortion thing. Whatever you need, I'll help you. Ji, did I not back you up?
Yes, you did.
Listen, whether I agree or disagree, I know my sister Faith, Shannon, Charlene, Real Deal, David, they can at least come here and have a conversation. As long as it doesn't get to where they're doing the ad hominem attacks and it's getting over the line, I'll do that. But I want y'all to be able to hear this conversation. I do. I want y'all to be able to hear these conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree. Okay? That's not my stance. But if they want to have a conversation,
I wanted to get to Shannon and then to K Business on the same question because I was going to give all the men a chance to answer the question.
Okay, but like I said, your arguments about virgin. Oh, you know, I'll tell you what, David. I'll match you. You do the conversation about why women should be oppressed, and I will do the latter argument on. I'll do the latter argument about that. Is that a deal?
That's on you. Don't pick it up if you don't believe it. No, what I'm saying, don't take it for don't take it for devil's advocate reasons. Like if you believe it, then stand on it and say it.
Oh no, David. I will do if you do that. I'm going to do the latter argument. Black men love the matriarchal woman.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up, say that again. I lost you for a second. Black men love the what?
Black men love the matriarchal woman.
The matriarchal woman. Oh, dude, I'm not going to argue with you on that. How do you not love your mama?
No. Not that. They like
I
women
know
in that
it is
illusion
that,
of
bro. No, it is that though. That's why. Because a man's natural disposition is not to thrive under the matriarchy. But if you're born into it, well, you love your mama, right?
no. I didn't say a man. I say black men love thriving in a matriarchy.
Dude,
Why
I
don't these
know because
cowards like Group Psychology
mama.
Podcast hit the link? These cowards that like to cast these aspersions from the chat. Why don't they
They
hit the
are.
link?
You just want to fight people. You just want to fight everybody there.
Because they're cowards and they just
I just want to.
saying the
Go
worst
I
ahead.
things
just want
about
to
Go
move
ahead,
on.
Shannon.
We
Go ahead,
need to.
Shannon.
We need to move
I
on.
called it. You are fine. Thank you for coming. You are fine. Go ahead, Shannon.
But Shannon, I wanted to go ahead and ask you the same thing. Do you agree with, I guess, J.I. and Hood Conservative, and that it is a double standard for men? It's okay for you guys to run through all the women, but yet expect to have a chaste woman after running through all the women.
Well, you just explained the entire black community. That's all I've been saying on these panels and in the conversation. They are the products of that already. This you haven't heard marriage in there. You heard double standard. That's why I wanted to, let them talk. Because that's what I'll be taught. My generation was doing that. Nigga, we smashing women. And unfortunately, babies happened out of that. So the talking point of that was, well, she shouldn't have got pregnant. It was her choice to get pregnant. She seen me out here. That's what created this space. Irresponsibility. Now, here's the other talking point about women getting welfare and all that. Well, there you go. This is the black community. In none of these conversations, we ain't talking about marriage. We ain't talking about all that crap. Dudes do that when they finish. And then they look at the women like, well, bitch, hey, what's happening? Shit, I'm trying to do right now. You need to do right. You can't. You're literally talking about women like they're not even human beings. It's getting way out there. But like I said, this is the products of my generation before. They were on the same shit. They were on the same thing. Niggas was out here sleeping with women. Most men, if you're brave enough, go ask your mama and daddy how you got here. I guarantee you, the majority, not this little 20% or these little few married people out here, ask them how you got here, man. Ask them how you got here. Backseat of the Monte Carlo. They was smashing. The double standard y'all talking about, that's how most of y'all got here. I'm telling you, man, that's where it has to stop. The men, black men, you don't need women to do a damn thing. You can do all this shit on your own, man. You can do this stuff yourself. You don't need no black woman for shit. You don't need her to do all this old random goofy crap. You need to get your house. I bought my house at 24. I'm 45. Of course my house is paid for. I don't need no woman to do that. I was doing that because that's what my dad told me. That's what a man was. You're supposed to already have your shit together. You don't wait till no stupid woman come in your life to actually want to be a man. You're a man anyway. And having sex with women ain't got nothing to do with it. Matter of fact, the more disciplined you are, because you are somebody. All you black men, y'all are somebody. Your sperm's worth something more than just some women that you allowed them to get a checkup off of you. You know what I'm saying? The women don't even control that. I control that. Ain't no baby. I got 6 kids. Ain't no random women coming up in here talking about, hey, I want a baby by you. You got to be out your mind. I'm somebody. The 6 kids I got, I put them here. And they all here. I have custody of all 6 of them. 3 of them are grown. They're in their 20s. Need to, this whole thing about I could do what I want and then the women should just do it. That's what they're doing, except they got the law behind them. So you see the results of that.
Facts. All right. Welcome to the show. K Business Pop. Is he still here? No, I'm sorry. I thought it was K Business. This is Real Deal Financial. I'm so sorry about that. Real Deal, same question to you. Do you believe with J.I.'s assertion that it is okay to run through all the women, yet still expect that there be chaste women left over after having run through everybody?
I strongly disagree. One, the pump and dump method is the reason why we have a lot of lost dudes where they don't respect authority. They don't respect another man's opinion. another man's actual type of scenario of judgment when it comes to what they see. And really, women look up to the men to be able to follow the process. Because I'm here in LA, people can say that, well, the women is doing this and women is doing that. But they get it from the dude. When you hear a woman say, I'm from Santana Block Crip, and when that thing let loose, it lets loose, that is a dude's argument that's being literally spread around an entire environment. So if the dudes manage to be able to focus on doing them, keeping a solid rapport when it comes to the women that they do deal with, and do it responsibly and safely, y'all dudes act like condoms don't exist. And don't use the little outlier of condoms break. The median of a lot of these sex encounters, no straps was involved. But I'm done.
All right, I'm gonna yield the mic. Thanks, BMT.
Real deal. The thing that you leave out of that is that the women. Listen, I'm the only person that wants to live in the 21st century. Me and Hood Servant. We are equal.
What are you talking about?
We need to make it equal under the law.
What are you talking about? Y'all dudes don't even lobby for shit. Hold on. Let me get me my rebuttal in, because you talked for a whole 3 hours, sir. A lot of you dudes don't even put up no monies, because you guys are not even really unified with each other enough, and don't even trust each other from all the stupid talking points that you take. I guess that's free. But when it comes to actually having some type of reform, sensible
BMT,
reform.
Did I not start a petition, BMT?
No. Petitions don't mean shit. We're talking about lobbying. We're talking about putting
this is how
money,
things start, though.
getting in contact with an attorney.
That's a stepping stone to something
situations
greater.
of actually making a local,
that's
county,
a stepping
state,
stone to
federal
something
type of
greater.
situation. That is not. You're talking
That
about
is
a
a stepping
petition.
stone to
I see
something
petitions
greater.
at the 99-cent store. Do you think the 99
Can I
cent store
add something?
petitions means shit?
Sir, there are petitions that get things done. For you to dismiss the power of petitions is insane to me.
But that's
There's
not
another
real
element
law.
to this
Put no
thing.
money behind it. That can get
Can we?
drowned out with money.
Oh
When it
God!
comes to
Can
the
we bring up
situation
a
of
different
all
element
of the stuff that
that's?
you're talking
No,
about,
we have to
you do
start
not have
somewhere.
any type of money, or you guys are not running for any type of political position. If you guys don't have the
You
money,
have to start somewhere. Real deal.
and starting
Nobody's
somewhere doesn't get nowhere. In my opinion, that's the slow way of doing things, and that's why everybody gets drowned out when it comes to what they want. You could get 20 million people to sign a petition, but
How
if you
dare
can't
you
get those 20
belittle my petition?
people
If
to
those
lobby
people
on
donate,
something
20
on a
million people
solid
donate
core,
$1,
it's going
then you
nowhere.
can start getting stuff moving.
Is there a fast way to get this done that we don't know about?
It's called
That's
y'all
what we're
trusting each
talking
other
about.
and actually lobbying. If you guys want this done so bad, when it
But
comes
I
to
mean, no.
lobbying,
Is there a
but y'all don't
fast
put up
way?
no money. Y'all actually
But I'm
cash
asking
out
the fast
useless
way, though.
content creators that just mislead you, and you become socially awkward and weird. Because this, like, can you think you could actually say to a woman that you are better oppressed off? You're better off oppressed, and think you have any solid chance?
That's not my argument.
I don't say that to women. I say that to
No,
men.
that argument has been used. That argument has been used.
You got to
One of
understand
you
when I'm
guys
talking
used
about
it. I didn't
oppression.
mention this.
When I'm
am I
talking about
tripping?
oppressing women,
Am I
yes. Let
tripping
me
anybody in the
explain.
panel
Let me
in the chat?
explain
'Cause
why.
this nigga literally said that term and
Dude,
thought that was the most smoothest thing ever.
dude,
But I'm
slow down,
done.
slow
I'm
down,
done
slow down,
because
slow down.
petitions
When I
don't mean
say
shit. You're not
that,
gonna put up no money because a lot of you guys is broke. So it's just
you know what? Hold
internet
on.
talking
You're
point.
on to something. You're actually on to something in the sense that a lot of black men are content with the way it is. Because there's a lot of dudes who they don't, like I was saying, you don't have to actually build up anything. Why just fuck, right? Pump and dump, because these women aren't going to offer you anything for what you've built. So I get it. So there are a lot of men who are content with the way things are. And the way you kind of get those men out of that is to talk to them directly. And so when I say things like you have to oppress women to fix the situation, I'm not talking to women because women don't care about fixing anything. I'm talking to men who might care about fixing things.
I heard white people said, in order to curb a lot of the
When
problems
did
that
white
you
people
have
get
in
into this
America when it comes to
conversation?
crime, they would say, let's oppress these niggas.
Why are you bringing up white
Let's
people?
oppress these niggas. Let's actually lock up all these niggas.
Hold on.
And
Dude,
at
you know
this
this is so
aspect,
typical.
go
This
ahead
is
and
so
pump and
fucking
dump.
typical, and this is why you niggas
Go
lose.
ahead and pump
Because
and
as soon
dump.
as
I
somebody
hope
talks about
they
a man
garnish
having
every single
power,
paycheck
as soon as somebody
from your
talks about a
wage.
black man
Because
being
you're
in
leading
control, you bring
bastard
up the white
kids
man. What's
that
wrong
don't
with
know
you?
anything
What's
about
wrong
structure,
with you?
don't
Why do
know
you bring up the
anything
white
about
man?
principle.
Why can't the
And a lot
black
of you
man have
dudes
power
just
without you bringing
flee
up the
and run
white
away
man,
from
bro?
your
What is
problem.
that?
That's all.
What is that?
That's
What
all.
is it about the white man, bro? What is it about the white man that
No,
a
no,
black
no,
man's
no,
not
no, no,
allowed
no.
to have power?
No. I use that example on the aspect of when it comes to oppressing
But
and
that the
getting
fact that you
your
use
shit
that
done. You
says
said getting your
something
shit
about
done.
you. You
No,
don't think black men can have power without looking like the white man.
No.
So a
You
black
guys
man
don't
who
lobby
wants
to
things
get
is somehow
power.
a
Y'all
racist.
niggas don't even lobby to get power. Y'all don't even lobby. I ain't saying that you can't, but
Why
the
should we
average black
lobby?
man
That's
does not
white
even
man
know what
shit.
lobbying means.
Why should we
Let's
lobby? That's
keep it
white
a
people
buck. A
shit.
lot of you niggas is
That's how the
fucking
white man
useless
oppresses black people. Why should we
outside
do that?
of athletics, outside of fucking, outside of situations that has something when it comes to low vibration shit. We are the league leaders in bullshit. I wish
You know,
black men
that's
could be
another
able to
thing too.
focus on lobbying.
The men who are
Because you
not like
niggas
that
is
are the men black
useless.
women don't really care for. You realize that there are differences in
A lot
black
of you
men,
niggas is
and those type
useless.
of black
A
men
lot
are
of you
not the
niggas is
black men that
useless.
you're talking like the black
Because y'all
men that
fuck
are
up
not
everything. Y'all fuck up
fucking
everything
up.
with
The
your
black men that
presence.
have things together are the ones who say black women are not compatible with them.
Nigga, I look at this, and Trey, you can come in as well, because I've seen you say some very questionable shit as well. Because you can come in. I never said anything about black men not having access to power or none of that shit, but you oppressing women. With what fucking power, though? With what fucking power can you be able to oppress women? Because you niggas be crying about how the women is oppressing you all the fucking time, but now you're going to find some way how
Listen,
to be able to
I'm
get
not talking
access
about the oppressing
to the
women thing.
situation.
The petition thing that I made is a legit thing. For you to belittle petitions, and that's always what y'all niggas do. Oh, you just
But
started the petition,
lobbying
blah,
is
blah, blah.
way
For
stronger. If somebody
y'all,
has $100
first off,
million
for y'all to
compared to
belittle the
100 million
stepping
people,
stones to
that
get there,
person is going to get all of the benefits.
you
BMT know
first
this. Me
have
and
to
BMT has
raise
literally talked
awareness.
about lobbying.
You
And
first
lobbying
have to
conversations don't
raise
get none of the vibration
awareness
buzz.
of an issue. And a lot of you niggas are against your own self-interest that when I
I'm back.
speak on these platforms about these issues, y'all push back against me because y'all are so ingrained. The BMT already said it earlier, it's black niggas that's gonna
And
be
like Dollar Washington
against
says,
me.
why does my opinion matter so much? Why does my opinion matter so much? Why do you get triggered? We're supposed to listen to you saying all this wild shit, but when somebody has an opinion that differs,
Who is
it actually
triggered?
fucking matters because y'all ain't even fucking putting up no money. Like I said, you give every
who's
single
triggered?
scam content creator that mirrors your conversation all of your money. And what did he do? He tricks it on the same women that you guys are supposed to be against.
So
Who am I
okay.
giving money that they
I'm
trick
done.
on?
So okay, so I'm gonna probably hit up some of the other content creators. We're gonna have a discussion. Probably something on a Sunday. Of us talking on these level of discussions. Family, marriage, household, who's we'll have this we'll figure out something. Um is that okay? Is that okay with you, Faith? We can have like our we definitely need to have a discussion on this. On how we want the placement of this to go. But it seems like people definitely want to have the conversation
Yeah,
of
that's
this.
fine with me.
And I think this is something. But I want you to understand, like, hey, it's gonna be in this panel. It's not gonna just be the guys. It's gonna also be the women. And I do appreciate Real Deal. I do appreciate Shannon. I do appreciate Charlene. I always appreciate David. I always appreciate Ji. Y'all gotta understand. Me and Faith have always been partners for almost like going on 2 years, about almost 3 years.
Going on 3.
3 years. So like if I go over there, I kind of get the same amount of respect, especially like she comes over here. That's why when I said Faith's just gonna run the panel, it's fine, but I know she ain't gonna do crazy shit. But she's gonna ask questions. She's gonna ask questions. You know,
Can,
just
can
like
I make an offer
go
real
ahead, bro.
quick?
Go ahead.
Because I
Go
know
ahead,
I
rock
feel
out.
you about to shut it down. I feel your close the show energy, and I'm about to fire up a stream, and I would like to invite everybody on the panel if you want to continue this discussion. Obviously, I'm gonna do a rant for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'll probably just open up the panel if everybody wants to jump on. But I am gonna open up a stream right after this, and I want you, if I'm wrong about women, let's talk it out, right? Like, I'm not gonna, bully you on the show or anything like that. I have a welcoming environment for all comers. I appreciate discord and disagreement on my panel. So please feel free to come over and tell me why I'm wrong, and I'll explain to you what I think without crazy emotional statements. In a very cold, logical fashion, I will explain to you why I think what I think. But I'm going to open up the show, and the title of the show is Oppressing Women. And so you're all welcome to come, and thank you.
Yo, I don't want to even be attached to that. Respect to you, man. Respect to your
You don't
viewpoints.
want to defend the black
Respect
women,
to
bro?
you.
That sucks.
I don't. This is have nothing to do with defending or anything with black women, but oppressing, nah, bro. Hopefully,
You don't even know what I'm about to say, though.
way.
Like, that's what I'm saying. You haven't even heard
You're
the
saying
intro yet.
oppressing, though. Like, homie,
You don't
what
like
do
the sound of the
oppressing
word
actually
because you've been trained to
I got
have a
sisters.
trigger response to
I
that
plan to have
word.
daughters, and I
have
would
two
not send
daughters.
my daughter
I
off to
have
anybody
two
that said
daughters.
that kind of crazy ass
I
thing.
have
Well, here's the
two
thing,
daughters.
conservative.
So understand
Here's
that
the
I'm
thing.
not coming at it from an
Dog,
abusive,
do you want
angry
your
place.
daughter to be sent off to someone that says, "Yeah, I'm oppressor"? Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like
the
I
word
said, I have
oppressed.
two
The word
daughters, and I
oppressed.
will explain. But continue.
Conservative. The word oppressed means to keep someone down by unjust force or authority. That word is very negative. Why would you want to oppress anybody?
You know why I use it? Because as women, you automatically think that a man having authority over you is unjust. So I will lean into it. You think me being a man, you think
but
black
that is the
masculinity is
definition.
somehow
That is the
unjust.
that is the very definition of oppression. I mean, oppression is unjust force.
I understand that I use the word for that very intention, and so I'm not going to get caught up in you to not liking the word. But my argument is my argument, and I would like you to come and hear me out, and then tell me how I'm crazy.
Bruh. Oh, whatever.
So okay,
like you guys have kids now. A lot of you guys got daughters.
Do anything.
That's the
Like I
crazy
haven't
part
even
about
said
this shit.
anything yet, and y'all like spazzing. I haven't said one thing beyond the pale, and y'all up here spazzing.
Hold on, David. Is it on the second channel or something, or your other channel doesn't see it? It ain't showing nothing.
Oh, I'm about to go live. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna cut it on right now and just have it up, and I'm gonna stream the end of your show until I go on my show. How about that?
Listen,
and I'll grab it.
The
And I'll
whole
open
up the show right now.
Is make sure y'all get it straight that that's hood conservative. What he's saying, I'm the financial abortion. Okay, I'm not the oppressed woman. I'm actually quite the opposite. I want equality of the law, and I've said if we had true equality of the law, it would fix these issues because then women wouldn't have any welfare, they wouldn't have any child support, they'd be forced to make adult decisions and live with them. So
see, J.I. sound a little more sensible than you, David. I don't know. You kind of like the far end of the whole.
Well, you got to hear David out to see what he's talking about.
Well, I've listened, David. This is not my first encounter hearing Mr. Conservative. This is not my first.
So if you've listened to me before, you know I don't just go off the pale with random ideas. I will walk you through a logical place. Every step you take will be logical, and you will still somehow wind up way beyond the pale. That's just what I do. So please enjoy the show.
BMT, respect to you, man. Faith, everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat. Salute.
Okay, David, I am removing the link. I dropped it in our network channels, and it's all on you. I will do a correspondence after listening, and we'll see from there. After that, I'm gonna go sit down. We'll have a meeting, and we'll address how we can further definitely start looking into these conversations. Like I said, sometimes I like my racism. I like my racism open. Just say what you feel. I want to know exactly what you're thinking. I don't want you to be you don't fuck with me? Cool. I don't need to fuck. I don't fuck with you. I think that's just fine. I think that's how it should be. We don't have to work with everybody. Just work with the people that work with you. So cool. Respect. David, you see me already dropped the link. So I'll see you guys later. Faith, give you the final remarks and then we can wrap it up.
All right. Well, once again, I'm just going to say this. I'm thankful for this conversation. I'm thankful for BMT and his platform. And all the people, even though I don't agree with everyone on the panel, that's why this is not an echo chamber. There does need to be differences of opinion so that we can have the conversation in a civilized manner. Oppression is something that white men use against us as a group of people during slavery, and black men in particular. So for black men to say that they want to oppress anyone really is beyond me at this point, given our history. But, that's just me. Like I said, we can go over to the Hood Conservatives channel and we can hear his perspective on that. The link's down here in the chat. But as far as marriage is concerned, I do agree with Shannon. There was no talk of marriage at all on this panel. Like I said earlier today, and when I said it earlier, I got jumped on, by the way. I said men really want slaves.
No,
so it goes back. It goes right back to that. And I'm not saying all, but it just seems like a great majority of you guys in the manosphere, for some reason or another, and these are your manosphere brothers that are representing you. So, I'm not, saying anything wrong here, but you all seem to have this perspective that you want to oppress women. You want women to be suppressed. You want women to be repressed. All of this pressure. And you have a problem with women. You seem to have a problem with women being able to take care of ourselves and have a means to take care of ourselves, whether it be by our own means or through the government. And that says a lot about you as men. No other groups of men are really having an issue with their women being educated and being able to take care of themselves, but black men in this country. You're the only ones sitting here crying about women. When are you guys going to stop crying about us and what we're doing or what we're not doing, or how we're wearing our hair or how we're not wearing our hair, or whatever little frivolous thing you want to make up about black women that's repressing you and oppressing you, and this is the reason why you have to turn around and make us into slaves? It's just too much wanting to control women for me, when you really need to be focusing on yourselves as men. But that's just my take on the whole thing. I could be wrong. I'm not a man, but that's just my take as a woman who wants to actually submit to and follow a man. I can't submit to or follow a man that has that type of mindset. I can't take you serious. So with that, that's my final thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic.
BMT, this is a perfect example. The chick, Creative Solutions already said they keep lying and saying there was no talk of wives. There was talk of marriage. People want to be married, but the women consider what the men want from the marriage. They consider it slavery. She said that they don't want to be traditional wives anymore. And the stuff that men say, they don't take it seriously. They don't value men. Black men, understand this. All right. They do not value your opinions. They do not value what you want. And when push comes to shove, they will just lie on you and say that you try to, shame and guilt you into all kind of nonsense. Don't fall for it. All right. You're not crazy, and you're not asking for slavery. That's not what anybody's asking for. All right. The stuff that black men have been asking for years is the simple things. And they refuse to do it because that's how little they think of you. They do not believe that they should meet any of your standards. All right. And that's why this community is only going to devolve and get worse. Save yourself, black man. All right. Go ahead, go passport, whatever you got to do, date out, whatever you feel you need to do to be happy. You go do that and leave these people be. Peace, BMT.
See you, Jai.
Man, I'm going to make me some dinner, man. Y'all, I am not going to continue this conversation, man. I'm going to make me some dinner and focus on getting me some money on Monday morning. This shit doesn't help you Monday morning. Me and BMT, we've talked about real estate, real financial building. BMT, thank you. I'm not the perfect panelist, but I just want to say thank you because you helped me get my start. I just want to say that off direct. And I hope everybody have
And
a
I'm
blessed
very
night.
proud of I'm watching you grow. I'm watching you grow. I'm so proud of you, Real Deal. You stuck to your
Thank you,
guns,
BMT.
and you got a nice following that is growing. If y'all need financial literacy, if y'all need to learn about anything about stocks, trades, about investment tips, about how to properly watch, hell, even something even I've been watching and learning, check out my homie Real Deal. Listen, man, he literally is the real deal when it comes to finances. He'll actually tell you. He also has programs where he can actually help you. Make
housing
better
grants.
financial decisions. Yeah, like it's
5 to 7
all
figure
there. Like I
housing
said.
grants.
So he knows
But
about
thank you,
hedge
BMT,
funding,
man.
all that stuff. No problem.
Man,
So,
I'm about to give me something to eat, man. I salute everybody. Peace.
Okay. Peace. All right, Ladybug. Just you.
Oh, okay.
Did you have fun?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm just want to say, to me, I'm getting sick and tired of these conversations, of all these
Why?
talking points. 'Cause
Why,
like,
Jay?
I'm getting to the breaking point. I'm getting sick and tired of it. It's the same dumb shit. It's annoying. Not only that, it's like to me, every time you get on these panels, you hear this whole list of requirements that they want women to do: submit, cook, clean, stay in the house, and it's like what are these men offering? Every time I get on here, I'd be like, what are these men offering? Because if I could pay my own bills, if I could take care of myself, and I could add peace to my life, what are you offering me? This is like, it gets annoying. Even in the real world, I'm being for real. Like, I like when they come with all of this testosterone and they come with all of this and they beating on their chest. I like they pushing away women. Like, they making women want to run for the hills. And yeah, that's basically, and that's what I wanted to ask J.I. and Hood Conservative. If a woman she's 25, she has a stable career. I mean, she knows, she takes care of herself, and she knows she pays her own bills. What do you have to offer her? And that's what I really wanted to ask these guys. Like, what do they have to offer? And they have to turn around. They have to go in and they have to do some, I don't know, some healing. They're gonna have to learn how to become better people or a better partner. That was my
Maybe you can teach them, creators. Maybe you can teach them. Maybe you can teach them.
No, because if they think about it, like if they had a daughter, right? How would they want the husband of their future daughter to treat their daughter? How would they want their daughter to be treated? And I don't think these men think about that. They just boost on, beat on their chest, and all this fucking financial bullshit, like all this dumb shit. Like, I don't, this is crazy. I just can't get on board with it, because when I go out in the real world and I am amongst my family, I see women having to pull things and bring it back together. They're the ones who have to, structure what they got to do, help out with the kids. They're the ones who are doing it. And so my question to the men is, what do you have to offer? That's my question. What are you bringing to the table? How are you making this woman's life better?
Good dick.
Huh? You said dick?
Good dick. Mm-hmm.
Nah. That's not cutting it. 5 minutes of pleasure and then you have a whole lifetime of agony. That's why, you know what? I'm in the insurance industry right now, and I see a lot of women are getting bedridden. A lot of women are having strokes. A lot of women are dying before men. Like, most of the people houses I go into, I be seeing the woman be having cancer, and she be still running around trying to cook, clean, go to work, do all of these things to please a man. I'm not, no, I'm good. That's just my take. Think about it, BMT. You got a daughter. How would you want the future husband of your daughter to treat your daughter?
I'm gonna sit on the porch on my rocking chair, and when that man come up in his car or his horse, and he come to get my daughter when she's 18, I'm gonna say, "What do you got to trade?"
No, for real. Think about it. If you see the husband of your daughter and you see him talking down to her and telling her all these things she got to do and she not doing it and all of this, and you see her and she comes to you crying, how would you feel?
Oh, we're gonna have some problems. I mean, I'm not gonna allow my child, my daughter, to be disrespected in my sight. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what anybody of what the world perception may think. That's my child. That is my child. I was there when they came screaming into the world. I held them. I changed them, and I've been with them, and I will be with them until that of the higher calling separates us. So for better or for worse, we are together. I won't leave.
Yeah, see?
So I don't disrespect my children. So I refuse to sit and allow any another man. And I know somebody gonna come with some talking point. Well, if they allow that, okay, if they allow that, but it won't be done in my watch because I don't know. See how I have carried myself. I can tell you right now, and I can pull my daughters here right now. They do not allow nobody to talk to them any type of way because they know that would displease me. They don't allow cursing around them. They don't allow vulgar language around them or obscene gestures. So that's because I raised them to that standard. I was called out by my daughters earlier because they say, "Daddy, you don't spend enough time with us. You spend more time." And I said, "We only just want but 5% of your time that you give to the boys to us." Now, I felt a way about that because I said, "Well, maybe I've been neglecting them." And I'm gonna say this as a father to all the men: what time you do not give your girls, another man will, and it may not be It may not be the time you want to be entertained to your girls. See, that was something that's something that I can learn from. I'm telling y'all honestly as a man. My daughters told me, "Daddy, we want you to spend more time with us. We're here too. Don't ignore us." So I would be failing on my part. It's not enough to just give them money. It's not enough to just throw toys or games or phones or clothes at a woman or at a young lady that is your child or your family member or somebody close to you. They want your time. They want your interaction. That's the reason why a lot of women mindsets are skewed because that's something that was always done. Well, I pay child support, so I don't need to deal with you, Charlene. Like, well, that's your child. That's your daughter. That's your daughter. We think that just by giving a woman something, that's going to shut her up and go away. Materialistic shit don't always. I know a lot. I know there's people who are on materialistic level, and then you wonder why there's some people like, listen, man. Even if y'all were to get rid of child support, that's still not going to fix the family issues. It's not. It's not. They still
It's gonna make it worse.
It's going to make it worse. If anything, it's going to make it worse. Now you're going to really see desperation. Now you're going to really see a lot of stuff. Listen, y'all heard me. My daughters are young, but they were very happy that I listened to them. I listened to them. A lot of women just want the man to listen and hear them out. I'm not above that as a man, and that's a child. What's going on, Shannon? Go ahead, bro. You got the floor.
Hey, what's up, BMT? Appreciate you letting me back up. I just want to, all the comments today. I'm really glad that they kind of got most of that out because the stream was about our black men thinking about marriage, and you pretty much see what it is. They're telling you what it is. It's about what I told you it was about a long time ago. It was just about messing with women. And yes, people are messing up the dating pool. Niggas are messing up the dating pool. That's just true. That's a pure fact. I've never been pro woman because the way they sound now is how I used to sound about 10 or 15 years ago before I found out that we control everything. The government didn't give women power or none of that because you can stop her at any time by not even dealing with her. Just don't even play the game. But it's like this over sexualization that men have. It's like they can't even operate or think or breathe without some woman in their face. And it's getting to the point where it's weird. You got 30s, 40-year-old, 50-year-old men. Now that everything that comes out their mouth has to do with some woman need to do what they need them to do, or they need to have sex and all this old goofy crap. It got so bad where you'll go and get a passport or you'll go way overseas for this. Like, and I don't know if they're not hearing themselves. Like, you go to do what? Because of women? You won't get a house because of a what? Like, you don't even want to do anything unless that ain't how men used to operate. You get a house for yourself. You get everything you do is for you. You already become the man you want to be. The legacy is you. You are the legacy. You can pass down your legacy, but it ain't got nothing to do with women and all this. So they're actually giving them the ammo. You know what I mean? You have to give them the power to do anything they can do to you. You have to actually do that. You have to play with them. You have to be in that. You know what I'm saying? And just like I said, the black community ain't never been about family. They ain't never been about trying to look for no wives. They've been about fucking. Sorry for the cuss words, but that's all it's ever been about. And then kids come in between all that. Yay, they just come. And now we have products of grown kids that came out of that. That's all you hear on these panels. These are kids. All this stuff is normal. The whole just having random babies, just it's when people start, because I used to be with the law, like Jay, I used to talk about the law thing and everything. I used to be like that until I found out we were in competition with women to be bad bitches. I'm not in the competition with women just to equal the laws out so I can be equally as irresponsible as she is. Because that's what the law change is for. So, hey, man, you can't mess with me. If I just happen to get you pregnant, oh, well, that's you. Shit, you should have, you know, whatever. But that's all it is, just a big competition to be the bad bitch. I want to be able to be irresponsible like you, you know. And now we're 2 or 3 generations in that, and you have your results. So with people, especially if you're over 40 and you're around my age, 40, 45 and plus, and you try to sit up here and play games like you don't know what's wrong with the black community, stop it, man. You need to really stop it. You know what the hell's wrong. You know what we were doing back in the day. The majority, not the few that got married. No. The majority. And most people use marriage is to keep a woman at the house so they can go sleep with more women. That's what niggas was doing. Because a lot of men weren't faithful. And when it came around 2010, when them what's the girl with the sexual revolution thing where women couldn't be hoes no more? I think her name is, what was her name? Amber Rose. When they signed that women can't be hoes no more and it was written in concrete, that's when the big switch come. That's when it happened. That's when it all started. Oh, Lord, now the women can do what the men do and not be shamed for it. And that's why you have people going around in the space talking about you can't shame women no more because it don't work. Yes, it don't work. They out here now. It's owning the games. Let the games begin. So now that's all that's happening. You see what's going on. I'll let y'all go from here.
Yeah, gentlemen, I am shutting down. I'll give y'all each 2 minutes to say y'all piece. We are shutting down. But go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
What's up? Yeah, I just wanted to say something real quick. I was listening earlier and all, throughout. So y'all had, basically, conversations that we normally have, in the black community. But we got to understand and always understand that we are segments of the community. We are segment. We're talking about a segment. And the goal is you got a functional segment always, you got a dysfunctional segment. And every generation, the goal is to try to talk to people to convince this next generation to make the type of decisions to move them over to the functional segment. And then, of course, you got the people who we're really competing against, not women, not our own women. We're competing against other groups in society for control of resources. They who understand messaging, their job is to convince us to make stupid and dysfunctional decisions to make the next generation get back and get dysfunctional again. And that's what you're seeing. You're seeing a back and forth and a back and forth. There's the marriage thing where people are trying to do it the right way. Nobody's perfect. But then you get to this point where everybody wants to be, sexual revolution and think there's no consequence for that. No abortions, no financial or otherwise, should be promoted by us who want to be functional. And that's it. It's the same power dynamic, and that's what we're doing now. So that's all I wanted to touch on. That's it.
All right, go ahead, brother. Speak. Go ahead. You got it, bro.
Hey, I'll make it quick. Shannon's right. We was the older generation. All they focused on was women. Whether they were gonna slut them out, whatever, to making them angels and goddesses and queens. They really didn't focus on the boys. And so the result of that is now you have dudes complaining about women, how to control women, how to be, even on the other end, how to be more loving to these women. And it has made men to the point where they are weak. They're so weak that they will run to other countries. They will hide out. They will even change their sexuality because of these women. That's what the older generation did to the younger generation. And everybody want to hide and say, well, it's this generation, that generation. No, every generation of men had a part in this. And the women had a part in this as well. Because just like when they say, well, I've heard this from a woman. Well, why would I want a man that nobody else wants? So if you're saying that, then how are you going to get mad for a dude want to be a player? You just told him that why would I want a woman? Why would I want a man that no other woman wants? So in essence, we have caused a lot of these problems in this community, and you wonder why the men are acting the way they are. You all had a hand in it. Same with the women. You taught them to be independent. You taught them to not need a man. You taught them, okay, maybe if I whore myself up, the men that I desire will want me. In essence, you created these monsters. Now, the average black man can't get with these women because they don't trust men enough to even be themselves, and then the men don't trust them because they feel like these women are going to betray them anyway. So we all
that
had
is
a hand.
time.
We all had. Huh?
That is time, brother. Speak. That is time.
Okay.
Well, everyone,
Sorry
that's
about that.
it. That's it for the Sunday discussion. I hope you do enjoy it. I hope y'all did enjoy it. We will definitely be doing and looking at something more in future prospects. I'm your host, BMT. I want to thank you guys for definitely coming on through. I want to give a special shout out to Betty Boot. I want to give a special shout out to Gabriel. I want to give a special shout out to that of special ladies and fellas that gave me the ideas to this content. You guys definitely, and also to my co-host, content creator, the Faith Factor. She did an amazing job running the panel, and definitely sharing it. Shout out to all those who shared the video. Shout out to all my contributors for the day, Doug. Shout out to Incognegro, Baby Mama Terrorist. Thank y'all. Shout out to the other content creators who came on, the Hood Conservative, Brother Speak, Super Mike, of course, Creative Solutions. All of you guys who came through, you guys definitely made this show work. Give it a special shout out to all of you guys. You guys were amazing. Please definitely come through again. We appreciate everything you did here on BMT Business Minded Talk. You guys, we'll see you guys later, and we're going out.